Hello, I'm HQ of HQ Reacts. If you find yourself here and you're not subscribed, please like, share, and subscribe. If you find me on other social media platforms, please follow me, like, share, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. So, you can catch me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Hey. This is HQ. We are in the house today. We're doing our thing today. Let me see how I can get this camera correct. Okay. Today we have the Ratchet Dater series. The Ratchet Dater series, right? Ratchet dated as in these people are on the dating market and we just got to deal with these people, right? Just so happens that these happen to be men that are on the dating ratchet circuit. Nothing wrong with that. These are the men that we got. These are the choices we got. This is what we got to deal with. When people are ratchet, it is what it is. I ain't mad at it. So my whole point is this. We just got to get into it, dig out the bad apples. Hopefully they can be saved. But I'm not sure about these ones. I'm not sure about these guys. This is a weird group of dudes. But we finna get into it. We finna figure out, is there anything saving them? Or are they just particularly gone? I don't know about all of these guys. I don't know. But we're going to find out, for goodness sake. We're going to find out. Hold on a moment. Let me put here we go. Hold on a minute. I had to pull up the right folks. Here we go. And you definitely ain't the one. Okay. You definitely ain't the one. Let's see. Here we go. Let me hold on. It's called technical difficulties, ladies and gents. I'm just looking for the right person. Here we go.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Get situated for me. Your name is Aaron?
Yes, it is.
Aaron, where are you calling me from?
I'm calling you from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Stop moving, okay?
Trying to get a spot.
All right, here we go. Aaron, Fayetteville, North Carolina. How old are you?
27.
27. What do you do for a living?
I'm a alarm technician, over the phone operator. I just help you disarm your alarm. Hey, Kendra, your alarm just went off. Is everything okay? And then I'll just hang up, or I'll help you disarm it if you have trouble with it, stuff like that.
Okay. He's an alarm technician. Do you have any kids, Aaron?
No kids.
No kids. Ever been married?
No marriage.
Never married. And what is your zodiac sign?
Pisces.
All right, so we got Aaron, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 27 Pisces. Huh?
So I'm nervous. Hold on.
You got sit back down. You was good. Stop it. You were great. Don't move. You all set up. Alarm technician, no kids, never married. What kind of woman you looking for, Aaron?
I am looking for a God-fearing woman. You know, right now in my life, I'm more in peace mode. So.
Oh shit, we got another one who don't know how to talk. We got another one who don't know how to put forth his ideas and express himself. See, a lot of people come up here and they don't know what they want. They know what they don't want. They haven't thought about what they do want. And some of that stuff, they don't know how to articulate exactly that.
Just no bad attitudes, great communication, great communicator, and just willing to work as far as meet me where I'm at right now. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm in a good spot. But like, I know I ain't a six-figure guy yet, but I'm on that path.
Why are y'all still stuck on this six-figure thing when we already done told you, and you know most people don't make six figures yet, and still he's still up here thinking he got to qualify as the six-figure man. Most of y'all are never gonna make six figures, so I don't even understand why you would mention that or bring that up, but they love to bring it up and it don't mean jack. Stop doing that.
So you know, somebody could just meet me there.
When I can meet you there. What are your deal breakers?
Like I said, just bad attitude. Bad attitude. Like, with everything in the argument, it's okay to disagree, baby. I understand women, we
get it. We don't need you to elaborate. We get it. You either have a woman who has an attitude or you find a woman who doesn't. I suggest you date women who don't have attitudes. Then you don't even need to mention this.
I operate different than men. You know, something might go on throughout your day. And I understand that, baby. But if I don't agree with how you reacted to that, it's not an argument, baby. I just don't agree with that. That's it.
That's it. Okay. Should she look a certain way?
Yeah, I'm more so slim fit. I know it's crazy, but I don't want a big woman. I don't want that to sound too harsh, but
we'll keep it moving. This is not interesting.
It's just my preference. Other than that, no, just be slim fit. I'm back in the gym hard, like real hard. So like I said, if she's in the gym, that'll be dope. Other than that,
Okay. What about money? Should she make a certain amount of money?
Nah, I don't really care about that. Just have a good job, or just a job. Period. That's all.
Okay. You seem like a good, wholesome young man, Aaron.
People would disagree with that. Some people disagree.
Why do they disagree with
me? People have their say-sos about fraternities and all that stuff. So, I'm gonna make a sci-fi.
Oh, you're in a fraternity? I was gonna say, were you a Q?
Yes, ma'am.
Because of your color.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay. He is.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Ken. Well, so far to me, you're coming across as a very respectable young man.
Yeah, I got your app and everything, man. I ain't have no luck yet. Okay. I'm up there.
You about to get popping. Don't worry, that's gonna be after that.
Kendra Ken, right?
Is your name Aaron on the app? I'll look for you now.
It is Aaron. Yes, ma'am.
What kind of because I know there's a lot of Aaron. There's a lot of Aarons. You got your last name?
Whitaker. Whitaker.
I'm gonna look for Whitaker first. All right, let's do the Kendra Ken. Let me pay attention.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Like I said, I'm about 6'2".
Are you 6'2"? Yes, okay. Now wait. Now I'm gonna find you in advance. How do you spell Whitaker?
Whitaker.
Aker. Okay. In the meantime, when was your last relationship?
2022.
2022. Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was?
Wait a minute. Is that a red flag? Like the men be telling us? Is that a red flag? Ain't had no woman, had no date or nothing in the past 3 years. 22. 3 years. Is that a red flag? Like the men say it's a red flag?
Intimate with someone.
Okay.
I plead the fifth. I mean, not long ago, but not too long ago. Probably about 3 months ago, I guess.
3 months ago. Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
I think of myself as an emotionally intelligent person. So sometimes I feel like I over-explain things, and sometimes I shouldn't say things. I have opinions about a lot of things, and I shouldn't say it all the time. I should just be quiet. It's okay to be quiet. So I'm learning.
It's okay to be quiet. Okay.
It's okay to be quiet. I guess I could be judgmental because, like I said, I rely on my intelligence as far as in situations, and so like I'll think about it logically while you're emotional about it, but that becomes now my girl thinks I'm disagreeing with her, and it's a whole thing where, like I said, that's what it's a headbutting situation I'm in right now. Like I said, I just got to learn to shut up sometimes. It's okay to just shut up and just sit in your silence, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why would a woman be lucky to be with you, Aaron?
Oh man, I'm going to be a great father, great husband. I feel like one of the last ones as far as like my parents, they've been married for almost 35 years. And so that's my bar. I know everybody else got a different bar or celebrities, like goals. Like my parents are my goals. So like that's what I'm on. It's like if you're not trying to be married for 40 years, then we don't need to waste our time. If you believe in divorce.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, things are looking up. Maybe he's a decent sort of guy. I mean, I like a man who uses his hands. I like a man who knows how to change tires, dig ditches, garden, change change the stuff on the stove, change the stuff under the sink. I like a man like that. My Philo, he was like that. He knew a lot about a little thing. You know what I'm saying? So he seems to be a decent enough guy. He don't seem bad. It ain't bad at all. Hey, look, you find out there are some decent ones that do hit the door sometimes. Some of the decent ones do hit the door.
We don't need to waste our time.
I love this. I knew that you were cut from a good cloth. It seems like it. So, yeah, so you want children. Can the woman have children already?
No kids. I prefer that.
Okay. So no more kids.
Yeah, if there was a kid, actually my homeboy, he talks to somebody with a kid. I know this is harsh and crazy, but if she did have kids, I prefer baby daddy had to be passed away. Deceased. Sorry.
Huh? Baby daddy can't be alive.
He can't be alive.
Tell me.
Why is it y'all so threatened by these men, these single baby daddy? And then sometimes y'all be single baby daddy. It don't make sense for him to be looking for a woman that has a kid. That don't make no sense. But you just stay away from the women who got kids. That's all. Don't worry about baby daddies and nothing like that.
I've heard women say this. Why is this the case for you?
Well, first of all, my number one thing is that I just would never be number one in your life. As far as, especially when we first started talking, which is understandable.
Right.
But I just won't never get there. Like, and then if I do get there, then it's like, okay, now it's gonna be I'm taking away attention from your child and stuff like that. And I wouldn't want that either. So I would rather just start a fresh, clean slate and then work that.
You're right about that, Steve M. You can save a lot of money if you know how to do an oil change. Stuff like that. Oil change the toilet, change out the sink. There's a lot of money that you can save. See, I know how to do all that stuff because I taught myself how to do that stuff. When I decided I was going to flip houses, right? When I decided I was going to flip houses, I learned to, change the toilet, change the sink out, put down hardwood floors, put that, all kinds of stuff. I had to learn to do all that shit within the last 5 years. I learned to do that shit because I can flip houses, right?
That way. I know it's tough on women, especially 27 up, around my age. So that's why I say I try to date like 23, 24, up to 32. I've met a couple of 30-year-olds who don't have kids. So, that's why I'm up here, just trying to put myself out there. Everybody reach out to me if you want, but.
Okay. Let's do it. Now, Okay, there's a couple of errands on the app. So what color is your profile picture? Do you know what you're wearing in your profile picture?
Okay. Far as I can see, decent enough. Okay. But see, here's the thing. We talking about the Ratchet dating series. We finna introduce you to the Ratchet ones that I found. Not necessarily ratchet, but they're problematic to a certain extent. Problematic. You know what? We're going to start with the one we found last night. We finna start with that bullshit we ran into last night. Let's do that. So y'all understand when I say ratchet or out of pocket. G Honda, you there?
Hello, Kayaka.
Hey. Did you see the young man last night?
Nah, actually, I missed the whole Kendra G thing last night. I didn't see any of it.
Well, let's introduce ourselves, shall we?
I heard it was a hoot, though.
Let's introduce this young man, shall we? He's starting out a Ratchet series out. Let's go.
Hey YouTube! I told y'all I wasn't coming tonight. We had a great. Let me cover it up, y'all, a little bit.
Girl, you can't cover up them big knockers. I don't even know why she be trying.
She got that. What's that, leopard or cheetah?
That's leopard.
Oh, okay.
Cheetah. I don't know. Leopard. No, leopard is black and white.
Had a great show. We went to TikTok.
So, question, HQ.
Yeah, what?
Question. Is that considered a bra, or is that some kind of like some sort of?
That's a whole dress. She got a whole dress on. I could see her hip. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She got a dress on.
Because you know, some women got those tops like that. That's just like it looks like crop tops, but they really like bro. I mean,
yeah, this is a full dress. She got on a full dress.
Okay.
Kinder Wildin'. She's short too, which makes her look even more kind of dumpy. Even though she may not be dumpy, she's
no, she's very voluptuous.
Yeah, she's voluptuous. Yeah, but she's small, so that makes it be compact. Okay.
So we went to TikTok.
Okay, it don't matter what we go. We got a goofy on here.
Instagram that I'm gonna let Instagram know that I came to YouTube. Hey, Instagram, we're on YouTube. If you want the show to continue, a pop-up show on YouTube. Okay, so that show is gonna be a pop-up show. So let me
Here we go.
Let me first put the link.
Hey, Divine.
Let me put the link if y'all want to be a guest.
We missed him because we was on SBC.
Let me put the link. Oh, hold on. Let me get the link. I didn't add that for y'all. Right. We went. Hold on one second. I gotta send this. All right, okay.
Man,
so the way
and didn't get him in time. Not you. I'm gonna talk to you right here. Not y'all. We talking about for real goofy. Here we go.
Take the phone and show the wall. I gotta do a room check.
A room check.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, ma'am.
Your name is Robert?
Yeah, Robert.
Okay. Where you calling me from, Robert?
I'm calling from Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. Okay. I can hear the accent, I think. How old are you?
30.
What you do for a living?
Do order selecting right now.
You do what, sir?
Order selector right now. I work at a warehouse.
You work at a warehouse. Okay.
Oh, he an order selector. Okay, order select. So he work at a warehouse. Okay, so off the bat, where did he say he was from? Texas, right? So we know Texas warehouse, and he ain't there that long. He ain't been there that long. So he make about $22 an hour. So that's about.
But this is Tyranny people. So Tyranny in Fort Worth, Texas. So Tyranny got to hold his L.
Yeah, this is he bring around $700 down every week. Every week he bring home about $700. Okay.
You have any children?
Yeah. I got 3.
Okay. How many 3 kids? How old are your 3 kids?
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. G Honda.
That's just trifling. That's just all the way reckless. He 30 years old with 3 kids, 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3.
Yep. This is the disciple of Future and Cam Newton.
This ain't it ain't back to back to back. Watch.
Are they all by the same woman?
Nah.
How many women you got kids by?
3.
What? This is as far as I got. Soon as I heard 3 for 3. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with 3 for 3, but this is what I'm going to ain't okay. Men can have kids. Okay.
Hold up, HQ. You said it wasn't nothing wrong being 3 for 3. Is that what you just said?
No. I'm saying most of the men on here say there's nothing wrong with 3 for 3. I'm gonna tell you what's wrong for 3 for 3. I'm gonna tell you why a woman need to go back to his baby daddy, his baby mama, because he ain't making no money. He on a dating show looking for somebody to help him with his life, help him come up, help him do what he got to do. He only bringing home $700 a week, which basically means if he paying child support or he any type of man, he ain't got no damn money because he's paying child support. Right or wrong? Right or wrong?
I mean, even if the kids are still getting government assistance though. Most likely.
We don't know, but we don't know that.
Well, okay, well
even if they are, he's still supposed to be sending money over there paying for them kids.
I mean, come on now. But do you believe he's actually involved? Look at it.
Then why is he up here asking for a damn date?
Exactly. So if he's up here looking for somebody else, most likely he's not involved in his kids' lives if he's up here on Kendra.
This is crazy. And then he don't make enough money because he barely making enough money to take care of himself. So you already know the law finna catch up to his ass. If the girls is any kind of women, the law gonna catch up to his ass. Because he got 3 for 3. And one of them, at least 1 or 2 of them, gonna come and get his ass, right? Okay.
Ty Pro, we're not speculating. We just throwing it out there because we hear these stories. These are more common stories, Ty Pro.
I'm saying, even if he's not on child support, he should be sending $200-$300 over there every week anyway. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And if he is on child support, he's sending $200 or $300 over there anyway. So off the bat, he only got $400 a week, $500 a week to spend.
But
can we agree there?
Yeah, but I'm saying but that's his problem though. So we're not going to band-aid his problem for us men. We're not going to band-aid his problem for him in no degree. I mean, that's his lane. And if a lady decide to step into his situation, knowing what it is, then that's on them.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Off the bat, he shouldn't even be on here because he can't afford to date. He can't afford to take care of the kids that he got, but he wanted to be with somebody else.
HQ, that's like 90% of the Kendra women that come up on here that ain't supposed to be up on.
You mean Kendra men? Oh, and women. No, men and women. Yeah, men and women. Yeah, but here's the thing. All of her money ain't going to nobody else outside the house. His money is going to 3 different baby mamas outside the house, which means he don't make no money, which means he need to have somebody who got money coming in the house. The whole point is if I got 3 kids and I'm working, my $700 a week is coming into the house. His $700 a week going into somebody else's house.
Wait, this
Look at Kendra looking at him like, what the hell?
bad.
And he got a set of gold teeth.
This bad, Kendra?
He got
I got homeboys and stuff. Got it.
What?
He got a gold. Wait, hold up. He got
gold teeth and gold teeth.
Okay, all right. Now I was looking at the thing.
Look, gold teeth.
You know that?
And makeup.
We are comparing you to your ratchet ass friends. The reason why, I'm gonna tell you why it's bad. Because you got a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So that's 3 women that you got kids by, and you calling me, which means out of the 3 women that you got kids by, you couldn't settle down with any of them. And one is 2, 1 is 3. Why the hell you can't be with any of your baby mamas?
I can be with them, but they younger than me. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I grow fast. I'm growing faster. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting smarter by the day. I'm experiencing, you know what I'm saying, by the day. So like, I mean, I'm saying like I get held up. You know what I'm saying? And
what is he saying, G Honda?
I have no idea what he's saying. I don't know nothing about nothing what he's saying. He getting held up. He more advanced than the women he dealing with, man.
And he like young girls. He say they're younger than him. What does he mean by that? What the hell is he talking about?
They on his same speed. He claimed me 30, but he look and sound like he's about every bit of 19 years old.
Hell yeah.
And the disrespect, a lot of stuff, you know, just can't go. And like I'm 30, you know what I'm saying?
What is he saying?
30. He said 30.
Like,
he said 30.
Jesus.
He's 30 years old. He said 30.
30.
Of all my friends, that's my age, that's a little older than me, you know what I'm saying, mentally. So a lot of females, you know what I'm saying, they like, I'm the ones, my baby mamas, like I'm teaching them, you know what I'm saying, I gotta teach them and lead them. And they got a family that's pulling them a different way, you know what I'm saying, and it's just.
What is the silly shit that he is talking? 3 women, and you can't get and settle down with none of them, not one of them. Then the problem is you, son.
But HQ, let's speak on these 3 women though. So what type of 3 women do you think he knock them up?
Yeah, but that's irrelevant to the conversation. We talk.
No, it's not. It's very relevant.
It's irrelevant because we don't know because they're not up here. They could be sitting there waiting for him to come over there. They could be sitting there waiting for him to come. He could have tricked them. So let me ask you this, HQ. What's the probability that he's still dealing with all 3 of the baby mamas? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That type of that matters because it is. We don't know what the women
I'm saying. I only ask that because that's probably the same speed of women that's on Kendra G's app. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, but that all of these things are a given. This is a nug running through Bum Keisha's.
Oh, 1,000%.
So I'm saying they don't. The women don't matter. It's all. This is him. This is Bum Keisha. This is Bum Keisha as a man.
Robert.
But
Robert.
Oh, never mind.
Tell me I'm lying. But he got gold teeth, gold.
You're not
chain.
lying. HQ, you're not lying, but I'm saying the degree of women that's on the app is the same ones he's dealing with in real life. They're equivalent.
He's gonna get another one pregnant, ain't he?
They're just all that they are on Kendra on her app is just that older versions of what he's dealing with in real life. That's it. That's all it is.
And he think he finna get successful.
Baby mamas.
Look at his baby mama. How old is baby mamas?
27, 31, and 21.
Only the 21-year-old is a lot younger than you. 27, and the 31-year-old is older than you.
Yeah, one of them. She like, but she like 25 years old mentally though.
Well, you had a baby.
You're 25 mentally. What the hell? He keep talking about he leading. You ain't leading.
Nah, mentally he's like 15.
He's wild.
Yeah. So
I got a question. We're gonna move forward.
Kendra, you need to move forward because this is all you got on your show. This is all that's showing up for your show. Stop it.
I'm gonna still let you go, but I got a couple questions.
We don't know what he's
Were any of them pregnant at the same time?
No.
But there's 1, 2, and 3. None of the pregnancies overlap. Like you had one baby and it just got another girl pregnant that fast.
With my first 2 kids, I was kind of like dealing with both of them.
Yeah, ain't that wild, Ty Pro? I looked at that and said, "What the hell is going on?" Upside down. Look at this shit.
He look like he about to jump out of a Nelly video.
The Nike sweatband is upside. Yeah, look at this shit. Wow.
Oh, niggatry.
Straight up.
Not together though, you know what I'm saying, but secretly.
Secretly.
So if the the 31-year-old has a 25-year-old mindset, you're 30. How old is your mindset?
But like 35, 36.
In dog years?
Yeah. Cause look, you gotta think about it. When I was young, I'm 16, 17 years old. I'm hanging around dudes 23, 24 years old. You know what I'm saying? 25, 26, you know what I'm saying? Consistently, you know what I'm saying? Bumping my.
Wait a minute. Let's what? You've been hanging around these old dudes. So the old dudes didn't tell you to wrap it up and not get caught up with Bum Keisha 3 times in a row. These old dudes just told you to go out here and sling wood all over the place and not concern yourself about diseases or having babies. What kind of knowledge is that? So why you talking like they told you some game? They didn't tell you no damn game. Because if they told you game, you wouldn't have 3-4 damn Bum Keisha babies.
HQ, you know these younger folk ain't listening. Why do you think H-Town is the cesspool that it is right now? It's the SCD hot zone in capital right now because they do not listen, and you see how they moving out there.
Head or whatever, but still learning and experiencing too. You know what I'm saying? Like most of them, they still stay with their mamas. You know what I'm saying? I was leading them to where I had them out. You know what I'm saying? But shit, man.
So let me ask you this: the friends that you hung with, did you desire their life?
Oh no.
Okay, so you should do the opposite of that. So everything that they did, you should do the opposite. Cause like you telling me you hang around with a lot of friends that got 6 baby mamas and all these baby mamas. So really, they should have inspired you to do everything they did, but on the opposite direction, so you could have got a better, different result, right?
Right.
Okay.
But we're still learning life and learning from each other though. You know, we the type it ain't really had no male role model and nothing like that. We're teaching ourselves, learning ourselves.
Oh, that's what you got a goddamn computer in your hand for. Nug. Figure some shit out with the damn computer in your hand, Nug. Learn shit.
Basically, for real.
That's why.
This is why men gotta step. This is why you gotta break the cycle, and you gotta be a daddy to your children and teach them the right way, so the cycle don't continue. That's gonna be your responsibility as a father now to make sure you teach your kids. Because even though I'm a girl, a lot of the things that I know is because my father taught me. I was raised by a gangster, not a real gangster, but a man that put me on the game. So by the time the world got to me, I was already knowledgeable of a lot of things because my daddy made sure he taught me. So you as a father, that's going to be you to break that curse, okay?
Right.
That's going to be important. All right, now let's continue. We got Robert, 30, works at a warehouse, Fort Worth, Texas. Dad of 3 kids. What's your zodiac sign?
Pisces.
See, he's dead in the water. This is the problem. He's dead in the water because I don't care how y'all slice it. He can go out and make another family. Great. But he ain't going to have no money. Ain't no money to be had unless he just a deadbeat dad. And what woman is going to deal with a deadbeat dad?
HQ, you know him and all them other dudes that's making all these babies. They finessing their women to get that government money. You know that. Come on, HQ.
Not
how they moving.
Not every Bum Keisha is on welfare now. There's only 27% that's on welfare.
Hey, that's a 27% lie, HQ. Stop.
No, I'm not lying. Stop. You look it up. Only 27% of women are poor. Look it up.
Nah.
Black women, single mothers, only 27% of single mothers are poor. The rest are above poverty. Thank you.
All right, HQ. I'm gonna let you have that. All right.
No, you just gotta look it up.
Hold on. Someone says you need to stop talking. hold on. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna call you out by name.
Hell no.
This the problem right
Who was
here.
talking crazy last night? Who was talking crazy last night? Uh-oh. Somebody getting called out in the chat. She said, I'm gonna call you out by name.
Yeah, exactly. This is the problem right here. I want to find. Well, y'all better be happy the comment section went up fast. But whoever said I need to stop talking, you probably the person that needs to hear the message the most with your dumb ass.
Oh.
See, all y'all want to do is come up here and watch my show, and y'all miss teachable moments. Right. And teachable moments are very important. And like he said, there was a truth to what he said. A lot of us, well, not a lot of us, but a lot of people in our community didn't have a father figure. And it's important. Right. I believe mothers are important. I believe the father is important too. Right. So that was an important message for your dumb ass that didn't want anybody else to hear it. All right, back to you, Robert. Let me stay focused. All right, we got Robert. I
wonder who that was in the SBC chat that she crashed out on.
What woman you looking for?
Man, somebody that gonna definitely grow though. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's not real materialistic. Somebody that's basically for sure like they eat right. You know, because I'm just trying to. Well, I'm vegan now, so I don't eat chips, candy, cake, juice, and none of that. So can't get with no girl, man. She's still doing this, doing that. It ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work.
He's got to talk clearly. We can't understand all that much. See, this is what we call mush mouth.
No, HQ. That's pretty much of the heavy slang down there in Texas. Like it's a thick slang twang. It's a thick slang twang. Like
I can't understand a damn thing he's saying. He's mumbling.
That makes two of us.
That's wild.
When did you become?
This is Nug for real, right here. Pookie Nug for real.
Vegan.
Yeah.
When did you become vegan?
I started back like 3 months ago. So
now, and you said, so for 3 months ago. So no woman that eats what again?
Man, just try to eat right. Just try to work out, do something. You know what I'm saying? Like if you out of shape, of course you just like that. You happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like work out or whatever. Like fruit it up or do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like did not do that. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Cause
no, we don't understand what the hell you saying, boy. I mean, goddamn, it's like 3-4 different words, then another sentence, then 3-4 different words.
Huh. I got a question.
What?
I want to know, first of all, what's up, K Anchor? What's up, G Honda?
What's up?
Hello.
What's good? Salute.
I had a question. I was just listening to you on the way back to the house. Now that I'm here, I got a few questions here. A few things I'd like to find out.
Right.
Why do Kendra and even you, HQ, get such excessive smoke for this brother? Now, granted, he is a clown. I'm acknowledging he's a clown. He's an immature guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this ain't me talking about coming up here saying he's the new Jason Black or Kevin Samuelson or something like that. Mm-hmm. He ain't that. He's not Malcolm X. But
as a matter of fact, before you go head on, I was trying to find the complete thing with that Jason Black and that racist person, but I couldn't find it. Maybe you can send me the link if you know where it's at.
Yeah. You want me to send you that? Okay.
Yeah, because I was trying to find it the other day, and I heard him for the first time the other day, and I was like, oh, okay, let me listen to him and see what he got to say. And
I got you for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I was gonna say y'all got excessive smoke for that, and like male women be coming up here. And like, yo, hey, hold on, K. No, go ahead, K. Go ahead.
I'm saying G Honda go first to answer, but keep going, Triple. G Honda can answer you.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I was saying like he should definitely be roughed up, but man, like women come up here and Kendra just be like, "Well, why you ain't with the baby dad?" They be like, "Oh, we grew apart," and she just gone right past it. She don't say nothing.
G Honda answer, and then I'll answer.
No, I mean it's the exact same. It's exactly like he said. Like Kendra G gives them no pushback, and you do the same, HQ.
But I'm saying, I have an answer as to why. You want to hear why?
Yeah, let me get this last one out. No, go ahead, HQ. My bad. It's your show. It's your show.
This is why I'm giving him smoke. I'm giving him smoke right now because several things. He has 3 different baby mamas. That's not the problem. The problem is, he can't afford those 3 babies that he got. If you can afford them 3 babies, fine and dandy, but he can't afford them. He says he works in a warehouse.
HQ.
Can I finish?
Yes, please.
He works in a warehouse. We all know he's making at least, somebody said in the chat, maybe $19 an hour. I said 22. I gave him leeway. Let's just give him $22 an hour. He makes $22 an hour, which means he's bringing home $700, $750 every week. That's every week. Anybody who's anybody knows $750. You barely taking care of yourself. If the rent he got rent is a $1,500 for a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, that's half the money that he brings home. Where is the money that he sends to this other baby mamas? If he does, if he's any kind of man,
well, I'll say this is a slippery slope. And you know why I say that, HQ? Because this gentleman earns what the average black man earns. And that's $42,000 to $45,000 a year. Okay. And the average white man earns about $52,000 to $55,000 a year. And the average Asian man earns about $67,000. Okay. So he makes what the average black man makes. He's making something. Now, we don't know what his living situation is. He could be in a scenario where he's paying a lot less than 15. I agree with you. The average rent would be at least 15, but that don't mean he's paying it. Like, I got a flat right now. Mm-hmm. It ain't in the best of neighborhoods, but I got the big house, and I got a flat. My flat only costing me $350 a month. Mm-hmm. So we don't know his situation, HQ, on what he's paying for rent.
But we don't need to know what he's paying for rent.
That's a big thing about his income, though.
But we don't need to know how much he's paying for rent. We need to know how much he's paying out for the children.
That's true.
That's the whole crux. And if, as I stated, if he's any type of man, he's sending at least, even if we're going to give him $75 a week that he sent over there.
Right.
Each one of them. That's $225 a week. $225 away from his $750. He only bringing home $500. Let's just $500. So he's only bringing home $500 a week. That's $2,000 that he bringing home the month. He don't have no money. He don't have enough money to date nobody.
I mean, we don't know what his situation is as far as child support or what he's actually kicking out. Like, everything we're saying is just speculation. I think what you're saying makes a lot of sense, but we still don't know. We can't confirm it.
Yeah, but
I agree.
But even if he ain't paying no child support, Triple X, he's still only bringing home around $750 every week.
I agree.
HQ, but see, HQ, this is another thing you got to realize though. Whether he has money or he doesn't have money, still, you said it wasn't no problem of him having 3 baby moms. That very much so is a problem, because we can't disregard the tension that's the tension and neglect that the child and those mothers gain from him being in that particular situation. So even if you look at a Future or Cam Newton, just because they can provide a luxurious lifestyle, that doesn't absolve resentment from them. They will still resent you to a higher degree, even if you can provide them a luxurious lifestyle. Not saying that this is the case. I don't know this man's pockets, but I'm saying in a general tense where the man can afford to have 4 kids by 4 different women, or 8 kids by 8 different women, like a Future has.
We're not worried about the women.
But no. The women, the baby moms contribute to the situation because they are resented. That contributes to parental alienation, HQ.
You on the wrong focus. That ain't what we
HQ.
You're on the wrong focus.
Those are contributive factors, HQ.
One other.
You're on the wrong focus.
HQ, no, think about it. Think about it. HQ, think about it.
Oh, I get what you're saying, but you're on the wrong focus. We're not worried about the baby mamas. We are worried about his dating situation. What does his dating situation got to do with them? What?
We talking about his priorities before his priorities should be
those
that
kids
first, of course.
Those kids.
So
exactly. That's why I said that he would be sending money over there.
Okay,
he's sending money over there.
And I said to you earlier, what's the probability that he is still indeed dealing with all three of his baby moms? They are high.
That's not our focus. You on some other focus. That's not the focus of this. We're talking about him dating, him having the potential to date. We're not talking about the.
He's doing a lot. He's doing a lot.
He's bringing home. Can we agree? He's bringing home $750 every 2 weeks.
No, I don't agree with that. You know why? Because for one, I know what I'm looking at. This is definitely a nug. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he's got going on outside of that job. And number two, he ain't gonna get up here and say that in front of the world. You know, and most guys that's hustling, some stupid enough to do it, but most guys that's hustling or got other little things going on outside of their main job, they ain't gonna speak on that in this scenario like that.
Yeah, but we're not talking about what assumptions. We're talking about what he said.
But you're assuming.
You're assuming. What he said was, I work in a factory.
Right, but that would be assuming. Right, but that would be assuming that he don't have nothing else going on.
But we're not worried about what else he got going on. He said he works in a factory. So we got to take his factory money. We can't take the fact that he may be a drug dealer. We got to take the money he's talking about right now. The factory money.
And HQ. So HQ, you don't think his 3 baby mamas ain't on government assistance right now?
That's what I'm saying.
No. What does that mean to his money?
What you HQ. She
gaslighting, bro.
No, I'm not. I don't understand why you keep running.
I asked you a question. Hey, no, HQ. Let's answer questions. Come on now. Let's be direct.
I'm asking you. What does that?
I'm asking you. So you don't think the 3 baby his 3 baby moms aren't on government assistance, despite whatever income, despite whatever he could be selling Nick bags at 7-Eleven. Who knows?
Okay,
right?
So what?
I'm saying,
what does that have to do with that $750 a week?
It's income, ain't it?
What's income? What do you mean?
That government assistance, our tax dollars, right? That's income, ain't it?
What does that have to do with his $750?
Oh my God.
What does that? No, please explain to me what his $750 got to do with them being on public aid.
I'm saying it's income, isn't it?
It's not their income. What do you mean?
What you talking about? It's not their income. If he's still dealing, if he is still dealing with all 3 baby moms, and all 3 of those women are the same bum quiches you claim that's on this that comes up here on Kendra, they're breaking resources and sharing that money with him. That's what I'm saying to you.
That's not what he's saying. What you're making.
He could say, HQ, he can say whatever he want to say. We understand niggas. We understand how niggas move.
Wait a minute. What does her money have to do with his money?
That's not her money. That's government assistance money.
We're not talking about her money. We're talking about what does her money have to do with him?
HQ, why are you twisting this whole thing? HQ?
I don't understand why you keep bringing up baby mama.
HQ, okay, let's unpack this. HQ, let's unpack this.
We're talking about his money.
Okay, right.
Baby mama's money. The baby mamas ain't paying him no money. What do you?
Nah, they don't. HQ, this is what I'm saying to you. All right, so we already established that he works at a warehouse making whatever he makes, $750, $650. Okay. Mm-hmm. So my next question to you is, 1, what's the probability that he's still messing with all 3 baby moms? And 2, the probability of all 3 of those baby moms getting government assistance, of which they are sharing those funds with him.
Number 1, 9 times out of 10, the possibility of all 3 of them being on government assistance is too high. So we're not going to say all of them on government assistance. 2, Bessie, the older one. Two,
Oh man.
regardless of whether
baby
he's
moms.
dealing,
That's crazy.
regardless of whether he's dealing with them or not, baby mamas only get, what do they get? Even if they get government assistance, they ain't giving him the government assistance, and that's not making a difference to his income and what he has to do to take care of himself. So what did her money have to do with him? Nothing.
Where he get that? Where he get that gold chain from, though, HQ? I got you there, baby.
We don't know. We don't know what that man do.
Exactly. Exactly. That's my point.
My point is
over.
we can naturally assume that he's working in a factory and he's paying for his own living. We can't assume just because she bum Keisha that bum Keisha is giving him money. And we've had this, we went round and round with this. Hey, bum Keisha is
that's what I love about this platform, because
actually, y'all making a lot of assumptions there.
You're making assumptions
bum
too,
Keisha, we're not talking about bum Keisha. We talking about him. We talking about his ability.
Well, to G Honda's point, I'll say this, HQ. I see what you're saying. I'm not discounting that. But to G Honda's point, at the very least, he's likely messing with at least one of those girls.
Okay.
You know? Now, and it's some money to a degree coming in over there. He may be messing with two of them, but I'm not even going to go there. We're going to say one.
That's my
He got some sort of income coming in on some level, and we don't know what's being reciprocated or what the deal of negotiation is.
So we cannot make the assumption that he's getting money other than the money he just said. He said he works in a warehouse. We can't sit there and say, oh, he works in a warehouse.
Well,
and
you're not giving the assumption that one is on assistance then.
I'm not the way, because the three baby mamas don't make no difference. They do. They're not getting. We only can take the assumption. We can only take his income into this scenario. You're making it seem as though he's dealing with the baby mamas and the baby mamas is giving them money. We can't make that.
That's certainly a possibility. Like I never played the gigolo game, but I know a lot of guys that was their thing, and they had baby moms. Yeah, and they played that game. They was good at it. I never was really interested in it because I'm gonna get out there and go get it. But that was their thing, HQ. That can't be discounted. That's why when I looked at him and I heard the scenario,
counted because it has nothing to do with him dating.
No. Listen. The gigolo game was part of the dating. They were dating these chicks, but they were getting money out of these chicks. So it was a two-part thing. More than one thing can be true, HQ. You know, you can be black and tall.
Yeah, but for the purposes of dating, we cannot assume that he's getting money from the baby mama. We can only
no one knows for sure.
That's right.
No one knows for sure.
Discount it,
but we can't assume that he's not either. So
yes, we gotta assume that he's not, because 9 times out of 10, all three of them baby mamas is not giving him money. Even if they
I don't think all three are. I don't think all three are.
If she on government assistance and she got one of his kids, she still ain't giving him enough money for it to even be relevant. She may be feeding him or anything else. So the only thing we can
let's say this. Could we assume that he's getting, between the three girls, he's probably getting $100 a week out of them?
No, we can't assume.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We can only assume that his money is his factory money. That's the only money we can assume. We cannot assume that three baby mamas is giving him money. So we can only assume he said he worked in a factory. So we got to base our assumptions on him in the factory. We can't base our assumptions on maybe he's getting money from the baby mamas. We can't do that. We got to base the money that he said he making out of the factory on what he needs to spend. So if he's working in a factory, I'm assuming he's making around $22 an hour. Somebody said that.
Did he say how much he make?
No.
Oh, well, we're assuming then.
But we're assuming his income.
I was just about to say that, man.
$18 an
Yeah,
hour.
but you're assuming somebody else's money. You can't assume somebody else's money.
Yeah.
You can only assume his money.
To allow one assumption and not another one is a fallacy on the conversation.
Exactly.
That's somebody else's money. We're assuming.
I know, but that's
his main income.
Intellectually disingenuous. We're not using our skills of reasoning and understanding of how the system works.
What system? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
this man got three baby mamas, right?
That he left.
He didn't say he was married. He didn't. So obviously he's got some kind of attractiveness of whatever, charisma, physical, whatever he potentially has going on the other side,
right? To
attract women to allow him to deposit into them to make babies, right? So he got something else. So for you to just assume that he only has a warehouse job is an assumption. And for Lex to assume he has something on the outside is an assumption. They're both assumptions.
Only go by what he said. That's it. We can't.
No, he never all the time.
HQ,
you do it too. You go outside.
I don't go by projection. I don't say, oh, he got 3 baby daddies, so I got to take into account them 3 baby daddy money. I don't take into account that. I take into account what money they say they.
I'm not accounting their money. I'm saying no, but most likely them type of women they getting some type of assistance.
I didn't say they weren't, but they're not getting enough where they paying his rent. Where they
I didn't say they were paying. I'm just saying that my point is now, because I've been listening for a little bit before I got up. If we're making assumptions about one thing, we got to be allowed to make assumptions about another, because you don't know how much he's getting paid at the warehouse job. He could be forklift certified and making a little bit more.
Facts. He could be making 30 an hour at the warehouse. We don't know.
We don't know.
That's right. We can only assume he works at a factory. We can only average out what he may or may not be making.
Yeah. Yes. So all of our assumptions is based off of a lower scale of he's just a normal factory worker.
Yeah, only making.
But so we cannot assume monies from other people. We can only assume what he makes.
Okay,
that's the only assumption we can make.
And another thing I had to address, you kept saying with this man's dating life. This man ain't dating.
What dating life? What do you mean?
Said that. I was listening. You kept saying his dating life. He's dating. He's not dating.
Gigolo.
He's out there dating. He's out there.
That's not dating. Dating is with he hunching.
So what else am I supposed to say? He's hunching.
He hunching. Yeah, he out there, but he clapping cheeks out there.
Right now. Is he or is he not trying to date right now?
He's not. He trying to clap cheeks. We can barely. I was listening. I got it on the counter, and I'm just listening at the time, and I'm like, man, they talk. I don't know what this dude is saying.
I can't understand the thing he's saying. I don't know what. I don't even know what.
He's getting women to have his baby.
That's some dumb shit.
So now think about that. We can't understand a word he's saying, and I know it's cultural, with the area he's coming up with. So most likely they kind of talk similar.
Right.
But do you think where's the quality of women that you think this man can ascertain?
Ain't no way.
No way. I don't think he getting even the nurses and the flight attendants and the ophthalmology whatever they.
But why do you say that though? With all due respect.
Because he's not. Because it don't work like that. It never has worked like that. Maybe one nug in the blue might get some women like that, but the quality of that woman that's going to be with this dude right here is not going to be a upper quality woman. That's just the truth.
Well, maybe for a relationship, but sexually, a lot of these nurses, a lot of these flight attendants, a lot of these professors, they will have sex with a man that you may deem as uneducated.
And that's why I use those professions, because those are typically the example that we get on.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
can hear me, Jay?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? Who just said that bullshit about the flight attendants and the nurses and shit like that? Who said that?
What, me? That he can't get them?
No. Somebody said that the nurses, the flight attendants, the professors, that they would take a young man like that. Who said that? Which one of you guys said that?
Slow down, brother. I'm trying to answer you. That was me. Are you saying that these women, their standards? Well, go ahead, make your point, brother.
I I detest niggas like you, right? And this is why. Let me explain to you why first.
Black, why you have to say it
You
like
say,
that, man?
people, because I mean, Jay, because it's stupid.
Because
We all
he's
know
emotional.
bitches.
He's emotional.
We all know bitches. I've been fucking bitches for like 30 something years. And
And you're not the
and
only one.
low and low class men get low class women. If you look at the women that he has trailing behind him, I bet you they overweight, they got gold in their mouth, they
Now
got
you hating, brother. You hating on him.
I, I'm not hating on him. He can get vagina. A lot of guys can't get vagina. Bro, I say
These
the main
professors.
thing that
You make your point. I'm gonna make mine. Go ahead first.
go ahead, man, because I see you can't wait to step
No,
on your
brother, make
tongue.
your
Go ahead.
point. Yeah, make your point. Then I'm gonna make mine. Let's have some decorum. Go ahead.
Oh, this is the nigga from the other day. Oh, this that Vermont East Coast shit. Okay. So all I'm saying is women are just like men. They come in different levels and they come in different tiers. HQ was not fucking with a warehouse worker. Okay. But a fat bum Keisha with gold in her mouth and bullet wounds and stab wounds, she's gonna mess with that because she's gonna want to sit and drink a Four Loco and break one down and roll one up. Different women are messed with different niggas, and I understand what you're saying about how you know all women like thug guys, but some women are not going to like a guy that's moving an ounce. They want the guy that's moving the whole pound. You got to look at the different classes of women. That's all I'm saying.
All right. And did you make your point so I can make mine? And I'll
Go
get
ahead,
right
sir.
to it. With all due respect, yes. With all due respect, brother, and I'll ignore your sassiness. I'll get right to my point. You are giving a lot of these women credit that they do not deserve. Within the community that I grew up with, pardon me, that I grew up in, there are multiple housing projects, multiple public housing developments. A lot of the guys that I grew up with, they definitely had women that were, as you would say, a higher caliber than themselves. A lot of these men they was having sex with and making baby mothers out of black female attorneys, black females that worked at banks, black females that had their doctorates. This is reality. So for you to sit here and pretend that these women of a certain caliber don't have a sexual attraction or can't have a sexual attraction to a man that is of a lower caliber, you're fooling yourself. And I'll say this in closing. These women of a higher caliber, they might not have an intention to be in a committed relationship with a man of a lower caliber, but that does not stop the sexual attraction and desire that they may have towards these men of a lower caliber. And that's all it takes to have a baby. One night of unprotected sex. So, with all due respect, brother, you have to reevaluate your opinion.
Most likely them type of women is if they do that, and I'm not saying that they won't sleep with the guy like this, but most likely them women, they go into the clinic. They
Well,
go into the
Right,
clinic.
statistically, you're right about
right.
that part. Black women
So
kill a lot
so
of
so
black babies, so you're right about that.
so my thing was it's not that they don't like thug men or thug adjacent men, but they are liking the thug men that can go get a Benz, not the thug men that can go to the auction and barely afford a Toyota Camry. That's all I'm saying. It is different levels of men, and this type of man, if he's living in the South or something like that and working in the warehouse job, he's living the life. This nigga got on a headband, he got on some yellow around his neck. Like I was saying, what is he saying? It's he's butchering the English language. I'm upset with him. But what I'm telling you is a woman of a higher caliber is not messing with a low level nug. She's gonna mess with a Pookie and a Ray Ray nug like me that works and does all of the fuck shit. You see what I mean? That
Well, let me
has a
ask you this:
business and does all the fuck shit.
have you heard of a one night stand, brother? Respectfully,
A
I'm
one night.
Sir,
asking. Have you heard of a
sir,
one night stand?
Black send
Okay,
all
dudes
over the
wives home
country,
so
pregnant.
let's have the
Don't talk
dialogue.
about black.
all over the
So
country,
let's.
man.
Hey, you just said it. You just said it.
Black is sending wives home pregnant, man.
So the point. So the point is,
You don't
in a
know
lot
where
of
I'm
these.
at, do you?
Well, brother, one mic at a time, brother. I know you want a booty clap, but let's have the dialogue. Now, the point is, in these one night stands, a lot of the times, you don't gotta check every goddamn box that this woman might have on her list of potential suitors. All you gotta do is be Mr. Right Now. She can meet you in the club, find you attractive, not even ask your occupation, not even care about how much money you got in the bank, but she'll get a room with you. So you might not even gotta get a room with her. She'll get in the back seat with you. So I mean, let's have
Okay,
some. I mean, let's
this is
have some
this is the last thing I'm
situational
gonna say.
awareness.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say on this whole topic and speak to you. Here in Vegas or in any major city, right? LA, Vegas, New York, Florida, you have different even tiers of clubs, right? Here in Vegas, when Jay-Z, let's say, had the 40-40 club, this is a nigga that can't get into the 40-40 club. But those type of women would be in the 40-40 club. That's what I'm saying. These two type of people will
Exactly.
never
And brother,
cross paths,
have you
bro.
heard of parking lot pimping? Checkmate. Have you heard of parking lot pimping? These are the niggas that didn't even get in the club. That
All
will
right,
get your woman when she come out.
I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done. You
checkmate.
guys have
They'll
that.
get you a woman when she comes out the club that they couldn't even get in. So I mean, brother, you gotta have some situational awareness. These women are not angelic. I don't know why you put them on the pedestal just because of their occupation, brother. They are having
Me?
sex with men that remind them of the same men that they grew up with in their communities, regardless of status.
HQ, I just want to hear, I want you to hear it first. This young man said that I put women on a pedestal, and I want you to
Yes, you are.
appreciate what the hell that young man just said.
Yes.
I heard him.
If you're saying that this brother right here on the screen right now, the one, the dark skinned brother with the white sweatband, if you're saying he can't get a nurse, a doctor, a professor, brother, that's not, that's not a miracle if he was to pull these type of women, brother. I'm just being honest.
Let's continue.
Or whatever and get out of shape. And then like what? Like what the but that ain't to go on or on. I'm not trying to have kids. I'm not trying to. I'm saying, but if she want, you know what I'm saying, of course I'll do it. But I ain't running around trying to have kids like Kendra.
You do what do you mean?
Cause you look, cause of that look you just gave me.
Because you said you ain't trying to run around and have no kids. You got 3 baby mamas. You wasn't running around trying to have kids 3 baby mamas ago. So you stopped. Okay, maybe when he became vegan 3 months ago, you decided you wasn't gonna run around and get no more women pregnant too. So 3 months ago was like a life changing moment for you.
Yeah, I done it before. But you know what I'm saying.
But this time you're gonna be focused.
Right.
So I'm talking to a new person. 3 months ago, you made a shift. So now you don't eat chicken no more, and now you ain't getting no more girls pregnant.
I mean, I might, you know, I ain't eating chicken no more.
We might get somebody.
I'm not eating chicken no more. Like, for sure.
You ain't eating chicken no more, but you might get somebody pregnant.
And she my wife or something.
Oh, now you want to get married?
Man. I mean, that's what she want. You know what I'm saying?
Would you have the baby? Would you have another baby if you're not married?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Okay, good.
Hey, HQ, can I ask the brothers on the panel a question?
That's wild. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, all 4 of y'all brothers. Just from what we've seen of this man right here, this brother on the screen, does he meet your personal definition for what a man is? Just a yes or no. Don't even have to quantify your answer. I just want to know, does he meet your brother's personal definition of what a man is?
I would say yeah, but you know he got a lot to work on. But I mean, he seems like a young guy. You know, he could turn it around.
He's 30. He's 30 years old now.
He still got time. He could turn it around.
Triple G Black, y'all there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Well, I'll say this. Based on, I haven't seen a whole lot because we just watching the short clip of the guy. He's immature, clearly, for his age. That, but again, he's getting older. Expectations are going to be different. I would say I couldn't classify him as a man like that. I would say he's a man in training. He's still learning. He got a ways to go, man. He's a young man to me. I would say that. And he hasn't made a lot of the best choices in his life so far. But I would say he's a young man that's still learning.
Okay. Black America.
What up, Jay? I don't really know what to say about him, bro. He just got to put his time in. Once he put his time in, everybody live and they learn. So
Okay.
that's all I can say.
G Honda, you there? Kendra G 5K tax?
Yeah, man. I mean, clearly he got a lot to work on, but I mean, making broken homes ain't it. And regardless if you had money or not, like the Cam and Future thing, I mean, this just ain't it.
Okay.
Facts.
And I'll ask another question. Y'all got to say y'all got 27-year-old daughter and she come home with this brother right here.
Hell no.
Yeah, it's a no for me. With all
No.
due respect, it's a no for me.
No, no. So the problem is if he is willing, if he is willing to learn from me, then by all means, I don't have a problem with it. You see what I mean? If he's willing to take my tutelage, see, I'm not into throwing people away that are. It's not like nobody knows his story, right? We don't know why he has 3 baby mamas and this, that, and the other. He's not
But
irredeemable yet.
But Black, we can't have him. We can't teach him to send wives home pregnant, bro. We can't teach him that, bro.
Everybody can't be me,
Black
right?
ain't got no responsibility for what them women choose to do with them.
Hey, listen. I said some of y'all niggas' wives done came home pregnant. That's what I said. I can't
Where
say.
Mr. Walker at?
I can't say. No, I don't know what Walker doing. Go ahead, but that's what I'm saying. You can't just throw the nigga away though.
Okay.
And please, as anyone that finds it problematic that he has 3 baby mothers, please articulate that, because if he's taking care of his kids, I feel like I acknowledge it, that it's a blessing to have 3 baby mothers. I got 3 baby mothers my goddamn self, and I'm with all of them, and they all live with me, and all my kids. Well, my kids is adults now, but this is not about me. Why is it problematic for this young
So,
gentleman to have? All right, go ahead,
Well,
make your point.
so
I'll say, go G.
So Pan, so initially, so in generally, so I mean, just on the regular, like a man have just okay, so let's look at Cam's situation. Cam Newton, I think he got about 10 kids with like 8 different women, something like that, give or take. And he has the luxury to provide all his kids with, any and everything they want, But my thing is, regardless if you have, okay, so obviously he's not with all his kids' mothers, obviously. But let's just say if over time, like with strife within his family, strife within his kids, like regardless if you could provide that degree of luxury or not, that resentment will still build up and will still build there. So
And
it's
just
no
so I'm
way
clear,
you
Robert, what resentment are you referring to?
There's a
just
point of
natural
diminishing
resentment over
return.
time.
There's a point of diminishing return. I think what G Honda's talking about, man. See, for you got 3 kids. You can manage 3 children by 3 different baby mothers. two things can be opposing and both be true at the same time. If you were to have 3 kids by one mom and still be with that mom, the bond there would I'd even go as far as to say be stronger between the children and you as the father, because they're looking at, oh, that's our father, that's our mother, except for, oh, that's my dad and that's my brother's mom, or that's my sister's mom. There's a different component to it. And when somebody like Nick Cannon or what's it, Cam Newton or something like that, they could have all the money in the world. Elon Musk, they could have all the money in the world. You're never going to get that time with your children. He's doing so many other different things. I know we don't see them in their own personal life, but when you have that, you can't really, I mean, unless you're spending all your time with your kids, you can't bond with your kids like that. They're gonna know you as your dad, and they're gonna get all the luxury things in life, but there's a certain level of diminishing returns you're not gonna get, because you can't spread yourself amongst all the children. They're not gonna all grow up together. They're not gonna,
And let me say this: I hear that in theory, but in reality, I gotta be honest. I think we would have to hear from the children of people or of fathers that had multiple baby mothers, and allow them to give their testimony. Because if we were sitting here speaking about even monogamous relationships where you only had one baby mother, it's a number of things that could go wrong in that setting. Now,
True.
in theory, you could say, well, as you increase the number of baby mothers, you are multiplying the potential for, different issues to occur. But once again, I think it doesn't really always work itself out that way in real life. So, in theory, I definitely get your point, but I'm curious to hear from Nick Cannon's children when they get older, or you gave Cam Newton's children when they get older. I can only speak for myself, and I'm trying to be transparent, but to a certain limit. But I'll say this: like I said, I have 3 baby mothers myself, and they've always lived with me. All my kids have grown up in my household, and the other properties that I have, we've always been together. And this is something that I constantly ask them about. Do they resent me because I had more than one wife? Do they resent me because I chose more than one woman to procreate with? Now, my children, they love me. They never express any resentment. But I cannot say that, my testimony can speak for all the other men that have multiple baby mothers. So I definitely get your point, brother.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that too, because if you was a good father to them, regardless of the situation, they're gonna still look at you with admiration. Like you know what? It maybe in the beginning when I was younger and didn't really understand, but now as I'm older as an adult, and this could go either way. It could be like either, you was there for us. We saw you in effect, the way you supported our individual moms and us. And we respect you for that, because you stepped up regardless of the situation. Or they could look at it and it was like, man, I saw a lot of things that was happening. And, I don't know about you, but when you got like 5, 6 baby moms, like which one is like, one of them got to be like a favorite or something, man, over the other ones.
I'm gonna speak to that.
Kids might see that.
I'm gonna just speak to that, and it's my personal opinion that 4 children under the same roof with the same mother and father is going to be different than in 4 different children under 4 different roofs, but having the same father. It's going to be a different dynamic, okay? Because it's always going to be which child is getting more attention. Do you love me more than them? How are you treating my mom? We got a different it's always going to be a different dynamic. I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm just saying, in order for, and I get it, it may or may not be the same, because I have 5 kids and all 5 of them got 5 different messages. And I said the same message to all of them, and all 5 of them took it a different way. So you can still be under the same roof with the same mom and dad, and they all can take messages differently. So I don't know whether it makes a difference or not. And maybe it's more of a stronger component with the same man, same woman that has 4 children. But I can't speak to the testament of whether one feels resentment or one doesn't, or is it more of a stronger bond here or there? I can't speak to that. I'm just saying you want the best outcome for your children. I'm assuming that's the best outcome, to have the same mother and the same father to those 4 children. I'm assuming that. So, but I can't really, say whether that's the
logically that would be the case. Nothing is like definite or gonna be for each case. It's
Right.
you're gonna have situations where it is technically a definition of a broken family through DNA, but the family is tight, they close,
right.
and the kids is raised and everything goes good. And then you can have a family with the mother and father is there, and then the kids just for some reason don't listen, don't resent, and end up resenting their parents for whatever reason. So it's nothing is guaranteed. It's just
Right.
Looking for the best likely outcome, or
Right.
try to make the best likely outcome.
You guys hit the like button coming in. I didn't say that. Please hit the like button. Thank you for the super chats. Please continue to.
Oh, damn, that's a good question.
Super chats, cash apps are welcome. Thank you very much. Through the Fire Podcast, $5. Thank you. If you got multiple kids by multiple women and 2 of the kids get really sick at the same time, which mother kids do you go to first? Yeah,
out of state, especially different cities or something like that.
Different states, different cities. Ugh.
Say you in Dallas and Houston. One kid is in Dallas, one kid is in Houston.
Or one kid is in California, one kid is in California, one kid
or east or west. Like
How do you not get resentment, especially if they're teenagers and you went there first. Oh, you didn't think I was important to come and see me, or blah blah blah. I was in the hospital too.
Damn, that's a good question.
How do you
time? That's what I said. Time with Cam Newton, man. All the money in the world, you don't have the time.
Right.
And like looking at him, his kids is especially his sons, probably the daughters too, but they're gonna be, genetically gifted.
Right.
This man is a monster. So if your kids is all playing sports and they different ages, whose games is you going to? The ones that show more potential?
Instead of supporting the one that's not really good, but he's more fierce than the other 2.
He might have that dog in him, but not be naturally skilled or gifted.
Right. So how do you get that resentment? I mean, how do you not have get that resentment thrown at you if that is the case? So we're saying the best outcome would be one mother and one father. Of course, that's a good answer. I would know through the fire. I wouldn't know. I couldn't even imagine. That's one of the reasons why me and my husband stayed together for as long as we did. We were going to raise those children together until they got an adult, and thank God that happened before he passed away. That they were all, they were all grown, right? But the whole point is, I couldn't imagine having 3, 4, 5 different babies here and there, trying to figure out who's going to take priority. If both of the kids are sick, they have games. This child got a game on the East Coast. This child got to go here. How am I going to attend all of these things and do all of these things when I have multiple baby mamas? I don't understand how Cam Newton or Nick Cannon would even consider. Wait a minute. Here's another question. Do you consider yourself a good father when you have those that many children? You got to do that many priorities.
You can consider yourself a good father. It's just the logistics of it don't work out. Like prolific minds and type, they both say you just do the best you can. And then Natai said take care of the kids the best you can. The option to go whoever you can, if you can go to somebody first. That sounds good in practice, and that's what you probably going to do to answer the question. Go to the kid that's closest or most critical first, but the other kid is still gonna know that you didn't pick them.
Right.
They still gonna know you didn't pick them first, regardless. They're gonna be like, if they preteens or something like that, or they just get into teenager, they both fell and broke their arm, whatever. I don't know what it could be.
Right.
But they're gonna be like, oh, dad went there first.
See, there's
even though I know my sibling is more critical.
Sooner or later, there's going to be something's going to come to a head, and you're going to run into that issue at some point. I need you to be here. The children need you to be here. I need you to be at this meeting. I need you to be here because this child is sick, or blah, blah, blah. Sooner or later, the situation is going to come to a head, and you're going to have to deal with that resentment or that fallout. It just is what it is. And then I guess as some people feel like money will take care of it. Oh, well, he spends the money. He gives her $1,000 a month or whatever, $2,000 a month or $5,000 a month. He gives them all $5,000 a month. does the money really make up for that?
I never valued money as a kid. I mean, I wanted toys and stuff like that, but my father worked third shift, so I would just rather have him around.
Right.
And
My father worked third shift too.
And I
Yeah,
had
I
a
would.
great father, man. But
Yeah,
I mean, he worked to provide for the family.
Right.
But and the thing is, like, I always think about it. My father played for Savannah State the last time they won a championship. Never taught me how to play basketball. He said nobody taught me, so hey, you got to teach yourself.
Wow.
So it took me longer to learn versus having his tutelage as a kid. Right. I mean, he would play me like once a year and just dog walk me at any age. I never went out there and played football, like catch with him. I never played baseball with him, but we went on vacation there once a year. I went down south to visit family all the time. I had decent clothes as a kid. I had all the creature comforts, the luxuries in life at that time that he could afford. So my father's a great father, but he still didn't do that other stuff with me. So it's like the time I would have rather given up a vacation for him to actually teach me how to ball, So
absolutely. Triple. What did you say? What were you going to say? Triple.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say that's it's a lot of truth in that, Jay. I definitely dig what y'all saying. That I guess that kind of. I was thinking about this the other day too, and it makes me wonder: is it worse to have a bad father or no father? Yeah, you know
why? What you say
I say that because I grew up with none. Like I never had one. Like I ain't seen mine since I was like very, very young. So, but I had home guys because I grew up in a very rough area. They had dads, but they dads was like super bad for them, like they was, just it's just a lot of stuff going on. I was talking with a couple of them recently, and they was like, man, that was a waste of time, so, and then it creates a lot of up and down because they was kind of always chasing those guys in their younger age, and then the guys was like, sometimes they want to be their dad, and other times they like, I don't want to be your dad now. So that's why it begs the question, which is better?
Yeah.
A bad dad or no dad?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
My bad. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm saying you go ahead.
Oh, thank you, and I appreciate you, host HQ. If I had to put my finger on it, I would say the present father that's toxic may be worse than the absentee father, because the present father that's toxic can pass on the generational curses to you. He's there, he can abuse you, he can belittle you, he can disrespect you, versus him just not being there, which is a trauma in itself that's undeniable. But I think the trauma is worse. It's more traumatic to have the toxic parent present than absent.
You know what? I'm sort of leaning towards that way, simply because the reality is, if the reality is messed up, if the reality is that he's just a shitty father, the reality is messed up, I'd rather imagine him to be a decent person and not have him there than to have him here and then be confirmed to be the asshole, or be confirmed that he ain't no good.
Yes, man.
You see what I'm saying? I think I would prefer him not to be there, because if you there and that's all you doing is whooping on me, calling me names, calling mama name, and doing all these other whatever, and you don't even have to touch the child. You can abuse a child by just don't love the child. Just don't love the child. And that's abuse in itself. I can be there and just don't love my child. Okay? So you can be there and still be abusive and don't even know. And I think I would rather you not be there than to deal with that. I think that's my answer, I guess.
To have that hole of that longing versus to have those holes carved out of you from somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for once I gotta agree with Pan on something. Yeah, for once, fans speaking facts. No, I agree with that. I agree with everybody just said too. You know, HQ. For once, I agree with HQ. My goodness.
I
Still mad
would
at
hate.
HQ for the other night, man.
You know,
I know she was in rare form, wasn't she?
Ooh, boy.
we ain't finna get into that argument. We talking about dads today. We talking about dad. So we talking about this young man right here.
Yeah.
What do we put forth for this young man? What in the heck do we say? We
need to go join the military.
Hey, Jay, facts.
Join the military?
He need to go join the Marines.
Yup. He ain't doing nothing with himself. Agreed, Jay.
He 30. He could go join the Marines. He looks slim.
Yeah, he's in shape.
So what would that do? So what would that do for the children that he had? If Bum Keisha finna come find his ass.
Oh, they definitely gonna get that money then.
Yeah, they gonna get that money.
His paycheck's gonna be like $200.
So, but he'll have somewhere to stay and someplace to eat and all that.
Yeah, and hopefully if they say when you go into the military, don't go in for anything, man. Go in with something you can come out with. Because the military going to use you, so you got to use the military. So that's a lot of people go in just doing it and not really planning for the future. They're gonna pay for his education if he want it. They're gonna pay for training if he wants it.
So he can go in as a nug nug and come out a halfway.
A lot of people. It's a lot of nug nugs in the military.
Really? Oh, okay.
And I was so naive. Because my whole image about the military was like, you go in, you get structured, you get this. Man, boy, I nugs from the north to the south to the east to the west, man. I served with, man. You be like, God, dog, you still doing that? I know cats that smoke weed every weekend. Yep. I mean, I know cats that did it all, man. So it don't really
people
change
banging in the military,
absolutely.
Crips is in the military.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But hopefully,
why are you referring him to go to the military?
But then hopefully, like how every other brother on this panel. You saw how much grace they gave him, HQ, when they spoke. When I asked that question, every brother on the panel, no matter how much they argue or disagree, all of them looked at this guy right here, 30 years old, and said, he's not irredeemable. He can still make something out of himself. And that's powerful, man. Because me, myself, I'll be like, nah, bro, you you good. But if to get that's just what I'm that's just my own personal experience of structure. That's my own anecdotal experience with structure. I don't know how else he would get some kind of structure in his life to where he can kind of let go. You're gonna get paid on the 1st and 15th, and you can focus on yourself, take care of your family. Your lodging is taken care of. You got food at the galley. If you really want to put it into it, you really don't need money in the military. You really don't need a lot of money to.
That's true.
Go in there and do 4 8 years. And be set up and come out and get a trade, get training in the military. Right. They're gonna look at your resume and be like, okay, you got this training. He could go back into the warehouse if he wanted to as a supervisor.
Yep.
As a manager or something like that. So he's got the opportunity to better himself. I'm not saying that's his only opportunity, but that would be my recommendation.
Right. Go in the military, stay in there for a couple of years, and then come out, or staying there for 10 years until he's like 40.
It depends on how he's transitioning from enlistment to enlistment. It just depends on him, how much work he want to put into it. Surround yourself. Don't go in there and find the other cats that's like you. Go hang around people that's not like you, that's doing other stuff, that's going to volunteer, that's taking college courses, that's trying to become officers and doing all this stuff. That's what I did.
Okay.
Surround yourself by people that's doing a lot better than you and seem like they got it going on. Find a good brother like how Medium Man was in, how he is now. It's brothers like that in, they probably in a fraternity or something like that or whatever. They got a network of people. Surround yourself by those guys. Even though you're not in the fraternity, get around them and pick their mind. Hey, what are you doing? What are you putting your money into? What are you investing in now? They're gonna tell you all that stuff. And the brothers in the military is going to help. They're going to help you, especially if they see you putting in work. Keep yourself sharp. Keep your uniform sharp. Start talking, speaking properly. It's going to change. Because he's going to get around people. He's going to get tired of people saying, huh? What?
Practical solutions for these young men out here. practical solutions for these young men out here.
Yeah.
Do that, women? Here's another question for the military. Do they take you if you have a GED, or they not doing that anymore?
Yeah, they'll take you. You need at least a GED. Yep, GED or high
GED.
school diploma. They take you. Hey, HQ, I want to say this too.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, one of the reasons we extended that grace, man. We gotta remember the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, man. When they got Malcolm X and out of jail, man. You know, they said he only had an 8th grade education then, man. And look what happened, man. Look what happened when they invested in him, man.
Okay.
It was the biggest turnaround ever, man. So we don't know what this guy's potential is, you know.
Yeah.
He might not even know it.
Hustling, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he looks kind of dejected almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he put his head down when she told him something about him. He kind of like did like I laughed, but it was kind of like
it just don't sit right. It's a nug, and I get it. And I was coming from the angle, you don't make enough money to date. You need to do something else. Something else needs to come into your life. And I didn't think of the military because you always hear people say, don't try the military. I don't know. I don't know whether the military is for him. I don't know whether he can make it in the military. I don't know any of those things. I'm just saying the young man needs another direction other than what he's doing. And him out here getting another female, maybe more than likely he ain't wearing no condom, which means what? She gonna be pregnant with baby number 4. And then he gonna be down that slippery slope that Nug go down with 8, 10, 12 kids. And he really don't know how he get down. Go ahead.
Can I say something right quick?
Yes.
All right. Jay, I'm pissed off at you now. Now it's time for me to dig in your ass. Okay?
Pause.
Jay.
Pause.
See, I'm too old for that part. I'm too old for the pause.
Okay.
You see?
Hey, you ain't gonna be just digging in my booty, Blacker.
Hey, Jay, where are you at in your life right now?
In terms of what?
Are you homeless? Are you on the street? Are you how is your life right now?
Good, man.
I see you in a house. Right, you got a good life. You know why? Because your dad went to work every day. And he didn't give a fuck about playing catch with you and him dog walking you once a year.
Man, you missed all of
what I said. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I'm listening. Hey, I'm riding around beautiful sunny Las Vegas and listening to you guys. I want you.
That muffler was too loud. You ain't hear it. You didn't hear it.
Yeah.
I
want you guys.
I said it's a balance. I said it's a balance. I might not have gotten that time with him,
but it's not.
He did all the
but it's
stuff.
Not. But it's not, and I'm going to explain to you why it's not.
Okay.
Boys learn by seeing and doing a thing. Women can learn things by being told, right? Mm-hmm. You learn from your dad what needs to be done to. You learn from your dad what it needs to be successful, which is now making you successful. Jay, next time you run across one of your old friends or something like that, I want you to look at them and their life, the ones that didn't have no dad or the ones that were just out there that didn't have that dad, that didn't spend a lot of time with them, had kind of a hardcore Vietnam old military dad like you had. And I want you to look at their life versus your life.
Oh, you know what? Luckily enough, man, my network of friends had both parents.
You said what?
Well, that's great. He said they had both parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my network of close
when
friends.
I look at it,
had both parents.
Okay.
Right, and the same thing for me for the most part. But what I'm saying is that's not what dads do. We don't give a fuck about nobody's broken arm. And if I'm going to get off of work to rush to the hospital, oh, he got a broken arm. Okay,
my son just broke his arm. I had to rush him to the hospital. I only had one son with a broken arm.
You had to take him to the right, but was he was with you at the time though, right?
The whole time, held him the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. If you're at work, you're not worried about your son's fucking broken arm.
Yes, I
You're
am.
thinking about it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
am worried
So
about it.
it's
Because
it's
first
it's
I
too,
got he's missing
listen,
me being there, and then now I gotta
listen,
pay for it.
listen. It's too much. And this is why I say this is the making men too soft, bro. You guys are getting too soft. That's not your job.
That's not
I'm
soft,
sorry.
Black.
It's not your job as a man.
Y'all hold
Black,
up.
you
It
don't want to
is
be
soft,
loved,
bro.
Black.
It's
I want to be loved by my kids and respected. I want to be loved and respected by my children. You don't care about people loving
you
you as
got your
long as you're there doing your duty.
it's not about being loved. It's about doing your fucking job.
But you,
That's I that oh
I
no,
do my
listen,
job and I want to
listen,
be loved.
listen.
And I'm gonna play catch.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna play.
well, so
I'm gonna play catch with the football with my son. And I'm gonna work hard for my son. And I'm gonna
yeah,
show my son how to change the oil on the car and you know how to connect the battery and jump a car and how to drive stick
I
shift
I
and how to teach him everything I could
I
possibly teach
I
him.
I,
My responsibility
I
to
hear
teach him.
you.
And I'm
I
not
hear
gonna
you, Jay. I
do
hear
this.
I hear you, Jay. But I'm sorry, bro. As a dad, like some of those things at different times are your job, but all of that foo foo, I care, and this, that, and the other, and I
I
don't want
want
to
it
miss
all.
a fucking
I'm greedy.
baseball game and all of that shit. Yeah, I know. It's the pussification of men, and I'm sorry.
No, no, it's not.
It's it, it
No, it's not.
it's making our young men softer. And I know your son's not going to end up like this young man right here, but I am glad that you guys are
I
starting to
hope not.
see that this young man may have some redeemable qualities that we may just not want to throw him away altogether, though. So I do appreciate that. I'm hearing you guys say that instead of just throwing his little dumb ass away in the garbage can. Like I don't know how old he is, but
She's at
once
30.
again, yeah, but once again, we know, Jay, it's a lot that changes in 15 years. It's a lot that changes in 10 years. Think
Oh,
about from being
absolutely.
a 10-year old. Think about from being a 10-year old to a 20-year old. Like the dynamics of life is so much different. So I I,
Yeah, the
I
way,
think
but
as long as
I think we were. I think some of us were. I see the way I was raised. The way I was raised, I was the middle child, and I was the oldest girl. So I always, my father was there from the time my father was there from the time I was almost 50 years old. So I've always known him. My parents have always been together, always in the same house, always. I knew he worked midnight shift. That's all he worked for forever, since I was a kid. He was a midnight shift. He come at 7:30. I knew I would see him before I went to school. And I knew I would, be able to see him when I got home from school. He would be there in the backyard on his motorcycle, doing whatever he was doing with his motorcycle and doing that. So I knew that the father dynamic with a
you know
daughter
what's
and
something.
he took me fishing and he took me
Mm-hmm.
all of these things. He interacted with me all the time. So I was a well-rounded person. He took the boy, my two brothers are older than me. He would take me right along with them and teach us how to do this, teach us how to do that. Okay. My mother, when she taught him how to read, I was 3 years old. She sat me right there, right along next to those boys. And I learned how to read when I was 4 years old because my mother sat us there together and we learned everything together. So it is a different component when you have them all there, all the kids under the same roof with the mother and the father, and you have different relationships with the mother that you have with the father. Father is interactive all the time. My father was interactive all the time. Let's go, let's go. He'd say, let's go, and he'd take me.
Mm-hmm.
I was the only girl, and he would take me, and he would take me on the motorcycle. Then he'd take the boys on the motorcycle. Then he'd tell me how this is how you should be treated. This is how you should be done. This is how somebody should talk to you. My father taught me these things because I was the oldest girl and I was the only girl at that time. So I would get the lessons from being with a father, but I knew a man who was not hard as opposed to a man who would not interact with me. My husband was just like my father. He was just like my father, and I picked him because of that reason, because I knew he would interact with the children. I knew the children can
Most
go to
that's
him
that
outside of me.
HQ. That's most men though. That's what most men do. Most men are exactly that way. When we're not working, work is our main priority. Though.
But
That is our main priority.
Yeah,
you
what's
made
the
it seem as
done?
though you didn't do it.
What you
You
do
weren't
once the work is
interacting
done?
with the boys or whatever. I mean,
No, no,
interacting
no. That's
with children.
that. No, that's no. That the part that I was saying was the if somebody broke their arm and things like that. That's not a man's job. That's not. It's not in the. It's not in the man's job description to even care about shit like that.
My
I
father
mean,
used
you're
to
gonna
comb
think of.
my hair. What do you mean? My father used to comb my hair. My mother had to go to work before I had to go to school. So if I had to have
So
my
your
hair
dad
done,
did it out of
my mom,
necessity.
but he learned
He
how to
did
do
it.
it because he
He
wanted to be able
he
to interact
did
with
it
kids like that.
out of necessity. It was something that had to be done. He didn't do it because he wanted to do it. And if he had to be at work at that time, it wouldn't have been done. I like I say, I understand what your guy's saying, but there are certain things that men just are not supposed to do. I'm
I
sorry
still don't
that
see
there's not.
how playing catch with your son, teaching him how to play basketball is making them soft. Taking that time out to bond with your
So so
son,
so
you could teach him all the
so I
other
talk
stuff, just like my father did. But
so
I would have
so I
appreciated if he
talk
took the time to teach me that stuff.
I taught my boys
I
techniques
feel
on
you,
how
Jay.
to play football. I taught my boys techniques on how to play football. That's what made them have scholarships to go to the college, play for the army team, and all of that, right? But Jay, when you play against somebody that's your peer, that is what's going to make you better. Playing against somebody like me, it's always going to be a losing situation. I'll never, even I'm 50 something years old. I wouldn't even let my sons win an arm wrestling match right now.
No, that's what he would.
You
That's what I'm
can't
saying. That's what he
fucking.
would do. But he never taught me how to play. He would just play. He
I'm
would
not.
just be like, "Oh, you
You're
want to go up?
supposed
All
to
right."
learn because you're not going to learn from me. You have to learn your own way. If
Yeah.
your dad probably told you the same thing that all dads have said since the beginning of time. Don't be like me. Be better than me.
Mhm.
No, he never said it,
In
but
that say, oh, he didn't say it. It was never implied.
it might have been. I mean,
Oh,
it
okay,
might have been
well,
implied. But I was a kid at that time. I don't. You don't
yeah. Well,
understand as a kid until you get older and
well,
you can look back and reflect.
Right.
and that's what I'm saying. My dad said it all the time, even up until the day he fucking died. Hey, don't be like me. Be better than me. I'm telling you, Jay. And I guess, like I said, it's from being older and being able to reflect. You get another 10 years under your belt, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, I'm gonna hop back down. I'm finished my ride for the day, guys.
All right, Black. Yeah. I'm saying this young man right here, this young man.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Triple. I mean, Triple, what did you have to say?
I would say everybody else's opinion on here is of higher quality than mine because you guys all have been married and got kids. I don't.
Mhm.
So and on top of that, I never had a dad either. So I value what's being said. I'm just soaking up the game, is what I'll say. I don't really have a lot to add to it.
I mean,
Teach kids how to play
we
catch.
came down this rabbit
Fellas.
hole. We came down this rabbit hole because of the
Yeah.
Cam Newton, in the Cam Newton series. I mean,
Yeah.
I never advocated for Cam Newton having that many kids or Nick Cannon. I just don't believe you can be 10 different places.
You would be right, HQ.
But I just
And I won't
can't
defend
get
them either.
right, because
Yeah.
the children is going to be the children, and one
Yeah.
day I'm gonna be laying as one of the kids. I'm gonna be laying in the bed saying, "Damn, I wish my dad was right here to talk to me because
Yeah.
I'm nervous about a test I got to take in the morning. I'm
Yeah.
nervous about this sports game I got.
Yep.
I'm nervous that I got to go here and take this test. I wish my dad was right here. No, he has 10 other brothers and say he 10 other kids, and why should he make me a priority? I ain't no priority. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I never might have my child feel like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think ain't it a
No, I hear
rapper
you.
or something that got like he had like 5 women pregnant at the same time recently or something like that.
Yeah. That's that football guy too in Miami.
Right.
Woo,
Yeah,
boy,
like
at the
4
same
Right.
time, boy.
same time.
And I get it. If you're gonna be out here in the streets, you're gonna be a whoremonger, then you need to protect yourself instead of being out here just spreading your seed. Do your thing, but you got to protect yourself. But then you have to understand the consequences of having different baby daddies and mamas. There's consequence. Just like Bum Keisha got consequences, so did Nug Nug, who has 3, 4, 5 different babies. I never wanted my children to be on this planet with different fathers. I never wanted that. I never wanted that. Did you think I tried to get with the baby dad? You think I tried to get? I didn't try to work it out with my first 2 baby daddies. Of course, I tried to.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
He wasn't willing, so I had to cut my losses like immediately. When my kids were 1 and 2 years old. I had to cut my losses immediately and say, do I want to pivot and get this family that I want to have, or do I want to continue to deal with this individual, and they may or may not want to act right somewhere down in the future, and then I'm stuck with 2 kids and I don't have a father or covering for these kids. So I had to pivot immediately and say, no, I'm used to seeing a mother and a father in the house and a dynamic like that. Luckily enough, I found a guy who had children already. My husband had a daughter already.
Okay.
And we put our family together and we made that work.
Okay. Nice.
So we stayed under that roof. We stayed and we raised all of those kids until they were all out of the house. Okay.
You made
we don't have responsibility to those kids anymore.
You made a great point, HQ. You made that pivot when you was in your early 20s.
Yes.
Yeah. You didn't get up there like Kendra G contestants at 38 with 2 5-year-olds. Talking about what you can do at 23 ain't what you can do at 38.
So we looking at this dude right here. He got a choice to make. He is at a pivotal moment in his life. He's looking, Kendra, he looked real rejected. I looked at him and I was like, man, he looked wild, right? He looked sad. Sir,
drunk.
Yes, sir, stop it right now. Stop it and turn around and look and then decide, what can my future? See, sometimes you can't look at what's happening tomorrow. You got to look at what's happening 10, 20 years down the road. Do you want to be a bum? Do you want to be a nug 2 years? Are you looking 2 years in the future, or are you looking 10 years in the future? Do you want to be able to take care of your kids 5 years from now? Do you want to be able to take care of yourself 5 years from now? I'm assuming he's out there doing what he's doing. Hey, I love women. Look, there's plenty of women in the military. Stop that shit. You can have the same wild lifestyle except cover your ass in the military. Do what you got to do.
Get with them because they might be there for the same reason.
Right.
They got them little nuggets back home, grandma watching them, and they join the militaries.
Hey, Jay, man, I'm surprised to hear that, man. You said your old man never really spent any time teaching you how to play ball, and he was an ex-ball player and stuff.
That's man, wild, he could hoop, man. He could. My pops could hoop. Like really. I think he could have probably went to the league, but he said he was scouted to go overseas or whatever. But yeah, man, he never did that to me. He taught me how to thread a fishing hook. Like said, we went. I mean, him and my mom, they was fishers. So he taught me how to hook the trailer up, how to back the trailer up, how to do all that stuff. Hook the lights up, all those other things. He probably felt that was more important at that time than going out and teaching me how to throw a ball.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying is the difference.
Right.
I'm not looking down on that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Not at all.
Can I ask both of y'all a question? I want to ask y'all a question, then we get back to the video. Y'all hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Thank you. Super chats would be great. That would be amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm looking for the likes and all that good stuff. But the question, why do you think most of our guys don't want to go into the military when that may be a better option than being out here getting shot at or whatnot? Why do you think that the military does not seem to be the option?
It's just like, I mean, it's a gamble. Because you could go to the Army or the Marines, and most likely, if you go on deployment, you can come back different. Even now, today, so that's a big component of it.
What do you mean come back?
Physically or mentally, HQ. I'll never forget the guys I seen coming back. This young white cat came back. He was all messed up, and he had a nice little pretty wife. You could tell they was newlyweds, probably high school sweethearts. She was behind pushing his wheelchair. He didn't. I mean, he, missing stuff on his face and body. So it's like that's a big deterrent from people joining the military. But the vast majority of the people don't have that experience in the military. Most people work a 9 to 5 in the military, or like a 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
It's just the other stuff outside of your actual primary job, regardless of what your job is. If you're a mechanic or a medic or whatever, you still a soldier or sailor or airman. So it's the other component of it, the waking up early in the morning, and ain't no days off. I think on one hand, I can count on one hand how many days I missed my 14 years in the military from being sick. If you sick, you go to work, and some people malinger and they do other stuff like that, but that wasn't me. That's not how I was. I wasn't raised or built like that. So, but I don't know why my nephews, my nephew just turned 30 and my other nephew is 25. And I told them before, hey man, go to the Navy or the Coast Guard, do your 4 years. Get your training. Now they both big and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, man. Like, no, I don't spend enough time with them to instill structure in them. And my oldest nephew, his dad not in his life. My youngest nephew, he still lived with his pops. But like they don't instill that stuff in them, man. I'm like, and the way I see it, I think that military structure and I don't know how it is now, but when I was in, it's unforgiving. You're gonna do this. You're gonna get through this. We need to get this job done. It ain't no, oh man, maybe later or put it off, because I'm a procrastinator, so I can put stuff off. And I have to focus on getting the task done, because I'm typically used to waiting until later to get it done instead of just jumping in and getting it done. And that's what the military taught me to do. You can't wait. This has to be done now. You need to do it right. And it's going to be people that's going to be checking you and verifying. So if you can get in that mindset, I think that helps in life. So that's why I say military. And everybody's military experience is totally different, man. You can go to a command and get screwed over by people.
Triple never went though. You never went, Triple.
I never went to the military. I did have ROTC when I was in high school. That's like a taste of it. That's the intro.
So
I was in Army ROTC.
That's like military in high school, military training. So like if you go all 4 years, I think they let you come in as a E3. Higher rank. Was it E2 or something?
I think where I'm from, if you did it and you like tested your MEPS or whatever like that, or delayed entry program, you can go in as an E3. And I didn't know that, man. I went as an E1, which like prolonged this 9 months, 6 months before you pick up, you can make petty officer. So I was like, that kind of stagnated me in the beginning. I wish I had known that before, but man, it's so many different things you could do, man.
It's tons of options and stuff. For sure. I'll say this, HQ. I think I agree with a lot what Jay said. I think ultimately, like we speaking more about the Black community, it's not really pushed as much and made as a tradition as a thing to do. Like if you think about it, like being a dope or a crack pusher, if you go late 70s and before then, that wasn't really a thing to do. Like it was street guys and it was dope out there and everything. But being like now I'm seeing generational crack and dope pushers. You know what I'm saying? So like it became like
legacy dope dealers.
It became intertwined in the culture, as something to do. Unfortunately, like military has not reached that status as something that when you become of a certain age for most people in this community to do. I look at my own family. If I go back to my mom's generation, 2 of her brothers was in the military. You skip along to my generation, nobody was in the military.
My two brothers went to the military. One went to the Army and one went to the Marines. Right?
Okay.
One went to the Army.
I wouldn't tell nobody to go to the Army. That's just me. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah. I
I
wouldn't go to
wouldn't
the Army.
tell nobody to go to the
I
Marines.
probably, yeah.
But Army, I wouldn't
Mhm.
tell nobody to go to the Army.
My oldest brother was in the Army. He retired from the military. He was one of those people that, you know how you see the crosses and they drop the bomb. He was the person that did the crosses, whatever that means.
At what you said? Where about?
He's the person that did that. Watch the crosses, or drop. Or you know how you drop the bomb on a cross on an X that be on the ground or a target or something.
Okay, so he was my cousin was a
He did
what
that,
is it called?
whatever that is. I don't know what that was. He did that.
What is it? Damn, my cousin Dez. He was an officer. I can't even think of it right now.
And he
so he's like spotted the targets and stuff like that for them to shoot the artillery.
I don't know what that
whatever.
was.
Yeah.
But he graduated. He retired. He was right. He was the rank above a master sergeant. Whatever a master sergeant is, he was there, and then he died. Like, I want to say 2-3 months later, he had made some rank or something. I don't know.
Master sergeant.
He was he just whatever's above the master sergeant.
Command master. I thought master sergeant was the highest. I thought master sergeant was E9.
I don't know. Right, he went above that, and then he died like 3 months.
Master
later.
sergeant E7.
Something
Anyhow,
like
I don't know all the army ranks.
I know.
But yes, it's definitely a gamble. It's definitely you rolling the dice, man. You get them first orders, and they're gonna be like, you going to training for 9 months to a year. Next thing you know, you going out to Afghanistan or something. You like, I remember when I went to Kuwait, they was like, yeah, since you just got here, we need another body to forward deploy from here. So don't unpack. You going to Afghanistan? I was like,
can these young men these days? The whole point is, can these young men these days even attempt to get over there and do something like that? Can these young men? The whole point of getting the military is to build yourself up in order to do these things.
Hey,
tougher.
Hey, let me ask Jay a question. Oh, I'm sorry, HQ.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right, Jay. Since you got the experience, let's have you answer the question then. What will be your top 3 branches for if you got young brothers coming up to enter into?
I from personal experience, I know the Air Force has better facilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I say, as far as like, I see a lot of my friends. I want to say, like, I was fortunate enough to be able to travel around the world and gain a different perspective on a lot of different things. So, like, whereas somebody might see somebody as poor, I don't see them as poor because I've seen poor in other places.
Right.
Our American poor is not the same as poor.
Yeah, you got that right.
A lot of people don't know that. They don't realize that until you really see, oh, you're poor. So I'd say Navy first, just for that, try to get on an aircraft carrier, try to get on a ship.
Yeah,
that's going to travel.
Yeah,
that's one of the ships that's moving around. You out there, out to sea. You can't spend no money because you out to sea. You're gonna be busy, doing what you do. And then when you pull in the port, you're gonna be able to, hopefully not go too wild, but you're gonna gain some experience from other cultures.
Some cool kind of experience, yeah.
Not just that, man. Not just that.
I'm joking.
Like, sign up for the tours, man. Go see that at least one day.
For sure.
I'd say Navy first.
Yeah.
Then I'd say Air Force.
Okay.
Then I'd probably say Marines after that.
Okay.
And to me, Marine Coast Guard is kind of.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the Coast Guard. What's your thoughts on the Coast Guard?
Risk as a Marine for deployment to a hostile territory as a infantry or something like that.
Yeah.
But Coast Guards, you might just be locked away in one location for your entire career.
Really? Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You might be up in Alaska somewhere, and then that's all you do. You just on that little frigate doing little swoopty swoops, whatever like that. But but I'd say Army last, because Army be having them like 13-month deployments.
Yeah, deployments is crazy in the Army for sure.
You just be out there, man. And I seen some of the most out of shape people in my life that was in the Army or the National Guard.
Yeah, National Guard. Yeah,
I was out there in the galley on deployment, looking like with they had the Army, you know, with the little reflective thing on, and this big old dude with an M16 strapped to his back.
Damn.
You couldn't. You just a little strap, and this dude had titties. He had a big old gut. I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, no,
he had a
there ain't no
BBW.
discipline there.
Damn.
Yeah. A front BBW,
right?
He had a front BBL, yeah.
Dang.
Like, God, dog. But that's how I personally would rank them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Marines would be in there. Oh, okay.
But Air Force, if you want a cake, and the Air Force is not, you really got to have a good ASVAB, your testing to get in the Air Force.
Yeah.
But if you can pull that, Air Force, you ain't really. It's cake. You're gonna be in the barracks. They don't even call it barracks, they call them dorms. You know, the food is gonna be good. You know, the girls is gonna be a little cuter because their hair gonna be did a little bit better. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna make
have a little bit more peanut butter skin girls in the air. No, just like
I'm gonna make a confession out of this. I passed the test for all of them. I passed the test on good scores for all of them, except I couldn't pass the physical.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
HQ couldn't do the duck walk because she got on that backside.
I couldn't do no, I couldn't do the push-ups, and I couldn't do, and I couldn't run. And at that time, it was like you got to run a certain time, you got to do all of this. And I could never do
that's lowered.
Not
they
that
gonna let you in.
I wasn't fat. I just didn't. I wasn't a physical person. I'm not a physical person like that. And they was like, "We can take you. We can take you. We can get you to run 2 miles or 3 miles." I was like,
"They're gonna take you. They're gonna take you. You gonna get in. They're gonna be like, all right, that's another one on the quota."
Backside wearing her down. All right, Kendra Cam time. HQ.
What are your deal breakers besides?
You know what's funny? When I was in the boot camp, it was me and one other cat from Georgia. All the other black dudes was in remedial swim.
Damn.
So everybody goes to swim, and you got to tread water for like 5 minutes or something like that, right? And then they blow the whistle, and you just take off, and you got to swim around. You with people kicking you and stuff like that. So you got to wait. So it was me and one other black dude in my division. Every other black dude, and I had a lot of. I could pull up my division photo right now. I got the book right in the cabinet. Every other brother in there, the brothers from Baltimore, the brothers from New York, the other brothers from Georgia, Texas, every last one of them in remedial swim.
Oh Lord.
I was like, God, dog, ain't nobody teach y'all.
Folks don't like to swim, or they don't like that.
I was like, man, we're not supposed to go with that stereotype, y'all. What y'all doing to me, man? But then I realized who else was in remedial swim. Who else was in remedial? All the black girls from the other division.
Women.
So them brothers start failing on purpose, even though they started being able to swim better. Until it got to the end, so they had to pass. They're like, I guess I'll pass now because I ain't trying to get set back.
Had some peanut butter skin up in there.
Oh, I hope not. I hope it was a bunch of chocolate up in that joint, man.
Yo, wild.
It was like, oh yeah, that girl right there, she in it too. I'm like, God, dog. They're like, yeah, she. That's over.
Y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that like button coming in the door, please. Y'all hit that like button coming in the door.
Hill don't know how to swim. She told me.
Chicken and steak.
Kendra, I know Kendra can't swim.
No, she can't swim.
She got that thing that you that keep you out of the water though.
Act like a gangster, act like a dude, a thug or whatever, act like they ex-boyfriend, somebody that's slow. And what I mean by slow is like most females I come, like they tell me to take them out to eat. I be like, man, that's it. Like that's everybody do that. Everybody take going out to eat. Like, well, we can't go to. I can take you to the library, so we go to the zoo. Like I can take you to, an aquarium or something. Like we go do something else, man. You talking about like going to eat? I don't even know you. I can't get to know you if we sit in a restaurant. You feel me? And I can't ask you no personal questions. Like you gonna be, acting trying to be perfect and stuff around people they hearing us. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't gonna work. That's not an activity for me. You know what I mean? Like, we can do that at the end of the day, but hey, they go to the zoo and stop by the library and then, go to the movie and I tell you, get something to eat at the end of the day. But man, Can't check.
Well, the movies is a worse date if you try to have a conversation. You can't talk in the movie theater.
But just throw some extra in there though. Like,
well, listen. How about this, Robert? You're the guy. You know, you could plan the date.
Yep. It's all you, player.
Like, I mean, do you plan on paying for the date?
Hit up that mini golf, man.
Miller, he ain't thought nothing. He ain't thought nothing beyond this date. He trying to get some He trying to get some permanent cheeks on the. He ain't thought nothing beyond that. Look, he just look crazy. Don't he look crazy?
A date with a little bit of competition, friendly competition that always kind of
that golf.
Golfing, bowling,
right.
Go karting.
Yeah, pool, playing pool.
Playing pool for some money, quarters, whatever. Yeah.
Paying for the date.
He's 30.
that ain't no problem. But
okay, so
I love to see black women who don't love black men. God, dog. Nothing in the chat, but just just Flora. Do you hate black men?
I feel like the man should plan the date because you got to
just negative, nothing but negative,
really
never anything positive.
According to what you want to do, and
he's 30 years old, y'all.
Your budget.
All right, I gotta go. Peace, y'all.
You're not going over what you plan on spending, and then either she could decide.
But that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. He is, he is only looking for one thing. So he can't be looking for a relationship because he got to deal with this. What he got, these 3 kids, these 3 baby mamas. I just don't understand what he plans to do with the 3 baby mamas and how he gonna get some money in his pocket. What is he doing?
He don't need to be dating, really, man. That's why he don't need to be dating right now. You need to be focused on work, upgrading your skills at your job, probably getting some kind of taking extra responsibility, extra shifts,
right,
and focusing on your kids. Not even the women.
He works in a factory, which tells me when you get to you get to the manager, that's when you make the money. You start making decent money. Supervisor and manager. Okay. So how long is it going to take you to get there? And then your check going to get bricked. And then you might not be able to pay for food or housing or whatnot. What's crazy?
He wants to do it or not. I don't think you're saying anything wrong. I think that could be fun. Going to the zoo. I might not want to smell.
Yes, he is one check away.
Smell like any animals, but we can
how you going to co-sign that, HQ?
Because I said it at the beginning of the show.
How you co-signing that?
Because
look at his background. Is that a bad background?
No.
HQ, don't co-sign that, HQ.
Wait a minute. Y'all, if you
one check away from being homeless.
Wait a minute. If you heard me from the beginning, I said we're going to take his income and we're going to deal with just his income.
We're going to assume what his income is and then go from there.
He works in a warehouse, factory.
Okay,
that's what
like I said. We're going to assume what his income is,
and I'm assuming his income in a factory
worker,
$22,000.
As if he has no other factory skills, as in he's a forklift operator, which he can make more, or a crane operator in the factory, he can make more.
So even if
he could be production line supervisor and make more.
Yeah, but even if he's make $30 an hour, he's still only bringing home.
And that's not one paycheck away from the soup kitchen, because most people make that money. So everybody that works in America
I know that
makes
in a factory,
$22 to $25 is one paycheck away from the soup kitchen.
I'm saying
he don't look broke to me. He looks like a broken man from the inside out, but he don't look broke to me. He definitely needs some improving.
But Jack,
definitely,
but
he don't look broke.
If he's paying child support, if he's paying money, even if he's paying $75 a week per child, that's 3 children. That's $225. Take 2, even if he make $1,000, $225 off of that 1,000, he's still bringing home $700. If his mortgage or his rent or anything like that costs $1,200, like normal average do, he's still taking 2 paychecks to pay for his place to stay. He got a car. Look at the gold he got on his teeth. Look at the gold he got in a wreck around his neck. So you know he got a car. So you know he got a car note. Okay.
But from looking at him, regardless of all that stuff you just said, does he look like he's one check away from being homeless?
No, she's saying he looks like he could be one check away from. My thought to say that means he could be right next to being homeless or without money. That's all he got to do is miss one paycheck and his rent can't be paid.
Oh, he has terrible credit. I believe
Why
that.
does he have terrible credit?
No, I agree with Flora. He probably has terrible credit.
Why would he have terrible credit? Those people,
because a lot of Americans, a lot of people in the West rely heavily on credit to get through life. A lot of that's not a color thing. That's not a male female thing. That's a Western thing. We establish credit. They make us establish credit, and that's what a lot of people do.
So do you
live
think
their
people
life
average
based
like
off
me?
through credit?
Do you think people average like me and they have 40 credit cards?
A lot. I'd say a lot of people have. I don't even know the number, but I know a lot of people used to have a lot of credit cards, and they used to float stuff through credit cards. I know that's what one of my mom's biggest regrets was.
Right.
Nobody taught her how to do the finances and stuff, so they got into credit cards because, like I said, they wanted to do stuff. Even though my dad was making money,
right?
They would do like most people. Christmas time come around, boom, everything goes on credit card. Then you spend the whole year paying all that off.
Right.
In September, October, you get good, save a little bit of money maybe, and then Christmas come back around again, boom, you hit it up again, you go back in. Or school starts,
how would somebody do it then? How would you pay for it? It ain't like
you just steadily paying off credit. You just steadily paying off interest and credit.
What's wrong with that?
You can't accumulate any wealth that way. That's what most people do.
You can, but I mean, I managed to accumulate. I managed to put a $1,200 in the bank about 3 years ago, and that $1,200 turned into $19,000.
I know too many people that live like that. HQ all over.
I mean, I live on credit too. Every other year I live on credit. Every other year. Last year I lived on credit, so everything I paid with the credit. I paid with the credit. I didn't use cash because I don't like touching cash. This year I'm living on cash. Okay,
but when I'm speaking on credit, I'm not speaking on like how I do personally. My credit card, I get points for things. Yeah. So I'm gonna put something on my credit card, but I have the money already. So it's paid off before it comes, any interest occurs on that credit card. Right. So it's just supplemental to get bonus things. Mm-hmm. And that I don't have any I don't have high annual fees on the credit card. So I'm getting things, the lounge at the airport, or cash back, or yada yada yada, whatever whatever credit card I have. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people, you have $1,000 on the credit card. Now you're paying the minimum,
right?
Each month to month. And that's what credit cards are designed for. Yeah, get it right now. Get that big screen. Get that 70-inch. Yeah. And then you pay it off over however amount of time, because your minimum payment is what, like $70? I can afford $70 a month. It ain't nothing. Right. But you're going to be paying that $70 a month for the next how many years? That's what most people do.
Yeah, I usually pay all mine off. I usually pay all mine off by tax time before I get taxes. Before I do, I try to pay mine off within 12 months. I mean, because I like to have my stuff, because I live off credit. I'm just a person that lives off credit. I don't like to touch cash, so that it is the way it is. So
greenbacks.
I don't like greenback. But this young man, y'all say this young man got bad credit.
Well, yeah, he most likely does. He most likely does. That looks like a decent apartment, all this stuff. And even if he's making the lower range to the higher range at the warehouse, mm-hmm. if he's on child support from the 3 baby moms and stuff like that, mm-hmm. look at his teeth. Look at his chain. I don't know how long he had that chain. I don't know how long he had the gold in his mouth. But like you said, he got a job, so he most likely got a car. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of.
So he's broke.
Is that broke though?
But it's not broke to the point of. It's not broke to the point where he gonna go be homeless, but he just has to be wiped out for 1 month, and his whole thing is gonna be messed up.
I'll say most American. It's a lot of the majority of Americans are financially unstable. I forgot what the report was, but they said if the economy goes and people don't get paid for a certain amount of time, most people only have enough money to survive a month.
Right.
And then things start going So, I mean, he would probably fall into that category.
I
He don't make
don't
the
think
hasn't
the
made
economy
really
is-
good decisions up
I
until this
don't think
point.
the economy is finna. I don't think it's finna fly down the chute. Within, I'm gonna give it a year. If it really fly down the chute for real, I'm giving it a year. If it really go south, I think it'll be in a year, because I think we got the second quarter stuff. Well, the tariffs is starting to hit come into May, early June. So maybe December we might see stuff start going straight down the tubes. Maybe December, early next year. So I'm pulling my shit together before that. If you listen to my videos, you know I'm pulling my shit together before that.
Now, like the tigers and the lions and the bears, they got a zoo. Where you calling me from? Texas? They got zoos in Texas.
Yeah, they got zoos.
They got zoos in
They got zoos.
You say what?
He said that they got zoos in Texas.
I don't know what she be thinking. She be talking stupid.
What's the zoo in Texas you want
And he looked at her like, yeah, we got zoos in Texas.
to take the girl to?
Anyway, that ain't something I just go. Like it's a lot of different things to do though. Than just,
But
like,
you
I just
said
got-
a zoo. Is there a zoo in mind that you have?
Nah, but
That ain't important. Why you asking them about a damn
it's
zoo?
not
I don't
important.
get it.
If,
I
if
know
a,
it's one,
if
you
a
know,
girl
like,
really
come
like
out,
you, it
whatever,
don't
like-
matter where you go, man.
Yeah, you can
If
take
she,
her to
if a
damn-
girl really likes you, it don't matter what you do with her.
right, you could go to a picnic. You could go take her for a picnic at the
Yeah.
zoo, or you could take her for a coffee date. All these
It
things.
don't matter. It does
don't
not matter when a girl
she
really likes you genuinely. It
Right.
all that other stuff is he got to take me here. He got to take me there. Then you don't like that guy.
Yeah,
You're valuing the location or the thing he can give you over that guy. You don't really like him. You
Right.
kind of like him. You'll
But you
tolerate him,
Yeah, you really don't like them.
but you don't like
that
that
ain't nothing.
dude.
No,
Right.
we can find that, you know. Like we can go look at some foreign cars or something. Just do something, man. You know what I mean? Anything, like just anything. I can keep naming.
No.
stuff.
Why are we? We're gonna just go. We're gonna go to the car. We're gonna go.
Man, we can do anything, like anything. I just want to see how you react to stuff. You know
Kendra G
what I'm
got
saying? See
some
what's your type.
bosoms.
See, you know what I mean? How flash you is. See what you is. You over the
It's a
board.
dress.
Like you want $100,000 car. You want a $50,000 car. Like would that excite you or would like a $50,000 car would excite you? Would you be more happy with this or with that? All right, anything I can learn something from anything. You know, I take it to a zoo. Oh, she's scared of dogs. I ain't gonna do that. She's scared of this. She ain't scared of nothing. The girl ain't scared of a monkey. She ain't scared. Like
You can go take a girl volunteering with you, man, down to the soup kitchen or to the freaking anything, man.
I'm saying I'm going with Jay. I think you need to hit the military door. You need to study up for a cut. See, but then you got to be determined to do that. You got to be determined to study that ASVAB, study it so you can get a decent score on it. Because if you don't get a decent score, you're gonna go in as a lower level. I don't know what it is or whatever.
Doo-doo scooper. You're gonna be out there stirring doo-doo with diesel in it.
Right.
On fire.
So, study the ASVAB and then study and get a higher score so you can go in there and do what you got to do. My niece did the same thing. She studied and studied. She got a high score. So, she stuck out there in Hawaii. But
not saying about him, but like when people are attractive in the military, they tend to do a lot better. It's like when you're personable and stuff like that, people will put you in position because they want you the face of their command or department or something like that. So they'll help push you forward. And all you got to do is be willing to do the work, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, she's scared of but you know what I mean. You can tell she's scared. She this, she that. She wild. She like horses. She did.
He don't need to be on Kendra G right now, HQ though. He don't.
I don't even get why he came here. You got 3 baby mamas. You shouldn't have no problem with no woman. But you shouldn't be on here anyway because your finances are all messed up. First of all, you trying to afford 3. How you not thought about them 3 babies when you was having 3 babies? I don't understand. What was you thinking?
And any woman to get with the dude where he got 3 kids by 3 women already. So you're gonna be even if it's a perfect, beautiful relationship and it works out and you get married to this dude, you're gonna be the 4th baby mama.
Right.
Regardless of anything.
And you may be forced to be the main supporter of the house if they come for that check. For real. If they come,
whatever money as soon as they get married, if them other women get like, if they got something in them, like, oh, so now you think you're gonna give her the good life, the cushy life?
Right, right.
And I go and they wasn't on child support, then you get on child support, her paycheck going too.
Right. That's it.
Girl, you can't put them on a horse.
So you know
I'm
you're
from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Can't put them on a horse. Half on can't even get on a horse. So you don't want it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He just talking
Okay,
now.
Robert. I know. Listen, this is what I will say.
He's just wild.
You want to do something different.
What
You don't want to just sit down,
for?
have a dinner. You want to do an activity. And my suggestion is, it actually is not a bad idea. Just plan it. So if you really want to go to a zoo, really find out if there's a zoo close by. Have you been to a zoo close by?
Not out here.
Sometimes she be entertaining the foolery, and ain't no point.
That's the stupid, like.
Why you entertaining this silly shit right here? So no, I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying, but you can't.
Let's hop into the zoo. I think
you can't. But that's my whole point. The whole point, we got through 2.5 hours talking about this one dude simply because he had so many damn things going on. 3 baby mamas, warehouse job, don't make enough money, no direction, daddies, or there's that near Pan-African coming up here who trying to derail the conversation every time you turn around. You name it. Black get on here and say, I can't stand men like you. What the hell? Just straight up say, I can't stand men like you. But then, hey, it is what it is. Jay, give me your final thoughts on this, because we spent 2.5 hours on this one man right here.
We covered some good stuff, HQ. We talked about
I mean, it was other subjects. It was other subjects that we got to. That's a good thing. It's a good thing, yes. But this was a man thing today. It was a man thing today. More of, if we would have more men on the panel, we could have more of a discussion as to what direction we could have. But this was a good thing because we had one guy who had all of these issues that needed to be addressed at some particular point, and he's right on the cusp. I wouldn't have thrown him away. You said you wouldn't have thrown him away?
Who, me? Him right here?
Yeah.
Oh, I when I asked that question about their definition of a man, does he meet that? A lot of those dudes gave him grace. I wouldn't give him that grace in this moment now.
What do you mean?
I would say your words is falling short. You gotta show and prove. Now, I would say no, he's not a man by my definition of what a man is. Mm-hmm. And then that's why I followed up with the question of, would you let him date your daughter?
Right.
It's like, oh, everybody was redeemable for when he was a man. Yeah, he still got time. His brother could still change. Would you let him, if you had a 27-year-old daughter, would you let him date your daughter? Oh, hell no. Like, okay. Oh, when it's personal, then it's no. Okay. But if it's just he's just a guy out there in the world, yeah, this brother could do good. Mm-hmm. And Black was the only one that said, yeah. But Black said, if he follows me, if he follows my guidance, if he's willing to follow my guidance, Black said, I will not throw him away. And that's due to Black's history dealing with a lot of brothers that, have been going through some stuff. So, for me, I'm like, my best recommendation was, brother, go join the military, man. Right. Just 4 years of sacrifice.
Right. And then let's see how you come out. Let's see how you come out on the other side. Are you coming out on this side? Yeah, because
it's a gamble. You rolling the dice because you don't know where you're going to end up. The military could take you anywhere. Right. But when you go in and you don't have to sign that paperwork until you get something guaranteed, I'm going to IT school to learn how to do this. Get that? I know exactly. You don't just sign. Oh yeah. When you get in, if you do this, no. It needs to be on your initial contract. I got this A school and I got this C school and I'm set up for this.
Do you have the option? Do you have the option if you go in? So do you have to make a certain score to get to these certain jobs?
You always want to score as high as you can.
So what if you don't score as high as you can? You always going to be a dookie scooper?
Pretty much. If you don't get a good enough score, there's only certain jobs you can qualify for. Especially if certain jobs are full already in the military. And at that point, they might not be hiring for those jobs. You say, I'll just wait. I'll just keep working my warehouse job and wait. You give me a call as a recruiter. I already qualify for this. My ASVAB is this. I'll keep working with you guys and come into this program. So when I come in, I'm coming in as E3. So I only got 6 months to do until I can become a petty officer. Teach me how to become a petty officer. Give me that study material for that. So the first time I go up for it, I could get that. Then boom, you get paid better already. But don't call me until this job is available. I want this job.
So you can pass the test and pass the physical and do all that, but you don't have to come in until they got that job available that you're talking about you want.
Yeah, they're gonna tell you everything
that's available
is Russian. Oh yeah, no, you got to come in now because this is going to be like this. But like, I don't have to do anything.
Right. Okay.
I don't have to do anything. I don't have to, especially in Texas. It's going to be recruiters everywhere.
Okay.
If one recruiting office is done dealing with you, go to another one. Drive a couple hours, go to a different one. You're gonna get you in, and only go in under your terms. Don't go in under the recruiter telling you some nonsense. Because I know people have been finagled through the recruiter, and they be in boot camp, and at they first command still cursing the recruiter out.
Wow.
Man, if I ever walk into First Sergeant Johnson, man, I'm a bust him in his head as soon as I see him because he got me out here in the middle of nowhere.
So you have to make sure that you go in and you sign a specific contract saying I'm going to be the computer guy
for whatever you want to go in and do. It has to. You got to, when you sign that, it needs to say it on that contract. My A school is this. If I'm going to a C school for like your specialty, like for me, my A school was a hospital corpsman, so it's a medic, right? And I had to spend some time at a medic before I went into my C school, which was medical imaging. X-ray tech, CT, and all that stuff. But I knew some guys, they call it pipelining. You go to boot camp, you go to A school, you go to C school. So you've never really been in the Navy. You've only been in training. I don't think that's how they should do it, but that's what they were doing. So,
so
my find something like that is beneficial.
Another question. So I know a person that I had met, and they said they wasn't sure whether they could get into the Army or something because he said something. He said his eyes work independently.
Ooh, cross-eyed. Yes, it's certain things.
They're not cross-eyed because I look at them. They're not cross-eyed, and they see. But maybe it's healed itself. I don't know. But this is what I heard him say.
Hey, you ain't heard this from me.
Yeah.
But if you can lie about whatever you got, if you could pass whatever they put in front of you to pass and you can pass it, but you know you got something, all they could do is tell you no.
Right.
I knew a dude on my ship, Smith, black dude, Southern black dude, yoked up. Like, God, dog, bro. We were doing something in the department. He was striking. So he was an airman, but he was striking to be a corpsman from the ship. So he wanted to go to medical school from the ship.
Oh, okay.
And we're doing certain things, and I'm showing him how to do a physical exam. And it's a thing where you like, this is what you had to do. You got to do the duck walk. You got to bend over, touch your toes. When he bent over and touched his toes, his back looked like that. Oh. He had scoliosis.
Oh, okay.
They missed it because he was so yoked. His shoulders sat level.
Okay.
He didn't walk like scoliosis. He had severe scoliosis, but he made it into the military with that because either somebody saw him and was like, "We're going to just push you through," or they
never paid attention.
They never paid attention to it. I don't know how you could miss it. It looked like a Georgia road on this Georgia brother's back, man. Like a dirt road.
Okay.
So he got through. And I know a lot of people that's flat foot. They say when you flat foot, they don't let you in. I know a lot of people that's flat foot in the military.
Flat foot.
So if you can like real flat, like bad, like caved in flat like that. Yeah. If you can get in, get in.
Oh, okay.
Because then they're gonna cover all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because once you in the military, they can't say, "Oh, now we kicking you out because you got this." They can't do that because you made it. Okay. Yeah. So now his scoliosis is gonna be covered by medical.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's gonna get that check. Even if he gets out as a veteran, he's gonna get that check for having scoliosis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So so if your eyes work independent and you could pass all the ocular tests that they have for you,
I was like, I said, like, how do your eye? What do you mean independently? They don't roll or nothing like that. I looked at him when he said it, and he just looks normal. He just said they work independently, and I was like, I don't see how if they don't roll nowhere.
Just like pop the balloon. Let them pop. Don't pop your balloon. Let the military pop your balloon.
Shut up.
I like them tall, dark, and handsome. Wow. You 4 foot 4'11". You light skinned as ever. Oh, you got to pop mine. I heard you say tall, dark, and handsome, but you got to pop mine because you might like me. I don't know. So let the military pop your balloon if you're gonna do it.
Okay. Okay. It is what it is, sir.
That's my last word, man. I don't know, man. Just focus on yourself, focus on family. That's what I try to do every day.
Right. This was a good person to stop and say, ugh, we really need to help our young boys out here. I swear. Y'all need
so bad. Oh my God.
Feel so bad. I feel so bad when I run across these guys every day. I'm like, because I was out, I saw these two guys in the gas station. It was a couple months ago, and I said to them, they had on what the hell is that? The warehouse things. They were working at a warehouse down the street. I was at a gas station that was down the street from the warehouse, and they stopped, and they were like, and they were talking about, we gonna do this, we gonna play the game, and they were like 19 and 20. And the first thing I walked up to them and said, I said, don't get stuck in that warehouse. Don't get stuck in that warehouse, and you're only 19 years old. I said, the world is a big, 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 big place. And you need to figure out how you're going to see the world instead of getting stuck in a warehouse. Because you guys play game, you're a gamer. So that tells me you have eye-hand coordination, which tells me you're able to learn other things. Okay, that tells me you're able to learn computers, and these days these young guys know how to do all of that stuff. You know, they just need some training, they just need some direction. So I said, oh no. And I was like, I wish I could just have conversations with these young men and say, your options, you have the world in front of you. If you don't have, and they didn't have no kids either, these two young boys. They weren't nothing but 19 and 20 years old. They didn't have kids. And I was like, don't get stuck. I don't care what you say. Don't get stuck in no factory. Just don't do that. Because you're too young for that. You're too young and probably too smart for that. To be as young as you are and just that you do that forever, ever, ever, ever. No, don't do that.
Yeah, I'll tell all the young guys, man. Find yourself a gym family, or find yourself some kind of fitness community to stay in. Right. Find yourself some type of educational field or work-related field that you desire to be in. Right. Don't go with the trend, man. Everybody can't be no rapper and all this good nonsense, man. Right. You know, when I'm traveling now and I'm at these like a hotel or whatever, and there might be some kind of conference going on, and you see all these brothers, and they are it's a stereotype. All the brothers be bald head with a beard, right. Little tummy, you know, but they got the lanyards on with their name tag and stuff, and they be doing all different types of these jobs that I never even knew existed. And these guys be making money, man. Right. So like, go talk to those guys, man. Like, oh man, I feel so bad when I see these young cats out here like this. Even though this dude is 30, man, like 14 years my junior, but right. Like, man, it's so like travel is so much out there for us, brothers. Right. And it's not even the travel to go get away from like how passport bros, yada yada yada, go get you a different woman. Nah, if you want to be with a black woman, you could go be with a black woman. You might meet the black women out in Indonesia doing some kind of work or something like that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. But you have to see the world for what it is. You got to go out there and experience it. You got to become your own man. And you got to get your own foundation and build from your own foundation for what you want for your future to be. And do you think that you don't know what, when you 20, 25, maybe even 30, I don't know. How do you know what you want if you've only seen what's in the hood? How do you know what is out there if that's all you saw was in the hood? What's in the hood? You don't aspire. When I was younger, I aspired to see whatever. I went to France, I went to Mexico, England, Canada. I've been all over the places that I went these places when I was 17 years old because my parents was like, she want to go, let her go. She want to go to New York when she's 16, let her go. She want to go to Canada when she's 18, let her go. She want to go to California, drive across the states, and she's only 17. Let her go. That was a good thing about my parents. They said they encouraged me to do all of these things. My parents. She want to go see Princess Diana where she lived. Let her go. She want to go to France.
let her go. You know, so my parents encouraged me to see the world, and my brothers saw the world. They were in China. They lived in China. My brother used to send he used to send China home to my mom. He and my other brother, he used to live in Korea. I mean, they encouraged us to do that. So I when I see young men like this, I'm like, y'all don't even know what's out in the world. You don't even understand what is going on in the world if you only know what's in the hood. When you're available to get out of the hood, available to get out of your comfort zone, please do it. Don't get stuck nowhere. That's what compelled me to walk up to those two boys and say, I know you work in a factory, but please don't get stuck there. Please, please don't get stuck there. Because there's so much more for you to see. You don't have no kids. You don't have no bills, probably. You probably got a car note, and anybody can help you take care of that. You can send money home and have them pay that, or you can pay that from the military or whatever. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. At least experience the world, the travel. At least do 4 years. If you don't do nothing,
at least 4. At least that's what I told my nephews. Do at least 4.
Right. At least
do 4.
Right.
Go out on your own. Like when AHQ, when I remember the day I made the decision to join. I was with my buddy Mike. I had just came from shoveling my driveway. It was in the winter. And I went over to his place. I know he got a long driveway to his house. So I went over there to help him out. It's like this is my brother. And we out there doing it, and it's deafening silent. When it's like feet of snow, it drowns out all the noise. Right. And it had stopped snowing. There's no snow coming down. There's nothing. And I took my little orange ear and I'm listening. I'm just looking down the street, and I'm thinking about all the fights I had avoided or had to have on his street playing ball, or we just had 2 buddies that just hung with us. They was drinking and driving. Both of them lost their life. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm looking around like, ain't nothing here for me. I gotta leave. And I was like, yo, I threw a snowball at him. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna join the Navy. He was like, what? I'm like, I'm gonna join the Navy, bro. I got to get out of here, man. I can't just be here. And I had tried college a little bit already. And he was like, oh, word. He's like, I'm gonna do it too. I said, nah, man, you don't get what I'm saying, man. I'm really gonna do it. Don't say it because you think it sounds good now. I'm out. That Monday, I was at the recruiting office. That Friday, I was on the bus. I was gone, and I had a fine recruiter too. Oh boy. But
I remember my mother. I remember when my mother decided. This is what my mother did. My brother. Remember Radio Shack? My brother went to Radio Shack and he stole a tape. They were 17 and 18, 18 and 19. My 2 brothers, 18 and 19, they're right next to each other. My oldest brother, he's 19. He stole a Radio Shack tape. Took him down to the jail. My dad said, "Don't go down there and get him. He ain't got no business down there stealing. He ain't got no business stealing." My mama, my mama went down there and she got him out of jail. And then it was only a tape, so it wasn't. They tried to scare him, so he didn't really get charged misdemeanor. So my mama, a couple months later, my mama said, "You two," I remember her coming in the living room. "You two, my brothers, you two come with me." "Where we going, Mom? We going, Mom?" "Y'all finna go down here to the military. Y'all finna go down here to the recruiting office."
Recruiting office, yeah.
Brother was like, what? Because my parents had bought them a car. So they rode together. They had a car, right? But they was joyriding and they was having fun with their friends and whatnot. And they was just starting to, kids, 19, 18.
That's what I was doing.
Right. So my mama said, "Nope, I'm finna march y'all down here because I ain't finna lose no son to no gun, and I ain't finna lose no son to the jail or nothing else. So y'all going down to the military. Pick which one y'all want." And my brother, one brother picked Army, the other one picked Marine. And she was like, I think they left within 2 months. 2 or 3 months, they was gone. I can't remember how long, but within 2 or 3 months, they was gone. And my oldest brother, he never got out. except right before he, right before he died. He was in there, but he died in there. So, and my other brother, he got out after like 10 years. He was out after 10 years. But she was like, ain't no way I'm gonna lose my sons to that. And they were I only got two brothers. So those two were the only two that went. So I was like, and I tried, like I said, I just never could do the physical. I just physical. So
and all I saw was people like, I had buddies getting locked up, buddies like selling. I mean, at that time they were selling weed and dope, getting into trouble. I had one buddy, he got robbed. They put him in the trunk of his own car. Luckily, they didn't take him out.
Right.
I had my next door neighbor who was my cousin's cousin, different sides of the family. Mm-hmm. He went up to get pizza one day and they took his life for his vehicle, his mom's truck. But he was going to get pizza. He was on the spectrum or whatever like that, but he's functioning. But he went up to go get pizza. They pulled him out the car and took his life and robbed him.
Right.
Well, and I'm like, man, I gotta get out of here, man. This is ridiculous, man.
The thing is, we gotta make military an option. It's got to be on the table. It can't just be getting out of high school trying to be an entrepreneur. It's got to be a YouTuber. It's got to be more than that.
You could do both, but what I'm saying, like, I remember a guy in the military. This is a white dude, told me that he was having some mental breakdown issues, and when he got in trouble, he went to disciplinary review. That's kicking him out, and I was one of his mentors. And I remember he came up to me. He's like, "Oh man, it was good knowing you, man. Thanks for teaching me all the stuff you did." And I'm kind of upset because, like, man, I invested so much into this dude, and you just threw it all away to go, smoke this synthetic weed and stuff like that. It messed his head up. And he was like, well, at least now I could go to school. And I'm like, bro, you could have went to school while you was in, and it would have been paid for if that's what you wanted to do.
Right.
And he got out. He ended up killing his or deleting his mom and stepdad with a rock. Like, yeah, he's gone away forever now. So I'm like, yeah, that stuff messed up his head. But I'm like, anything you want to do, you can also do it in the military.
Yeah, you got it.
If you want to be an entrepreneur, where you think you're gonna get capital from? You're gonna take out a loan, or you're gonna earn the money yourself? Right. You go to Pentagon Fed, Navy Fed. Right. Get your credit up. Start taking out. What I used to do, I used to take out small loans like 1,000, 1,200, and I just put that money in my savings, right? And then I would just pay that back, but I would keep that money in my savings. It might not have been a good thing to do. I don't know. I was, early 20s, but that's what I would do. So if oh man, I need new tires, I already got the money in my savings.
Right.
I would have to take that out and use that instead of just putting it straight on credit or something like that. That's what I used to do. I don't know if that was a smart thing. I don't know, but
listen to Project Leroy said military was an option 50 years ago, but not anymore. After what happened to Laverne Johnson, Vina Johnson, and those 3 black soldiers, what is he talking about?
I'm not aware, but stuff like that happens all the time, man. Friendly fire stuff like that happens all the time, and you're not gonna hear about it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I know bad stuff. I know females who have gotten taken advantage of, and they kind of swept it under the rug because it would look bad on the command for deployment if a female is forward deployed and something happens to her, and then she, stuff like, I wish stuff like that didn't happen, but that's going to happen everywhere.
But here's the thing: does these things that happen occasionally, periodically, like it happens all the time, does it outweigh the goodness of going in? That's the question.
Yeah, PL, stuff like that happens all the time, unfortunately. Well, I'm not gonna say all the time, but stuff like that happens, man. And that's I feel for that, because I know that because that happens somewhere, you're not gonna really get the truth. You're not gonna the family's not gonna ever get closure on that. And people, people getting taken advantage of, males and females get taken advantage of in the military, and stuff gets brushed under the rug. I knew a buddy of mine who I didn't know until after I had got out. It was a gay buddy of mine. When he came to my hospital, I didn't know why he came, because why are we getting an extra medic a doc? Why, who is this guy? He just all of a sudden got orders. Well, he found out he was HIV positive. And when the Marines unit he found that was with him found out that the reason why he was HIV positive, they worked him over. Wow. They whooped him up. So that's why he came over to us. And I didn't realize till later, me and another buddy of mine, because we was like, well, like we knew, but he didn't tell nobody. But it's like, don't ask, don't tell. But we like, come on, bro. We know, man. But it was later in life, he was like, I just want to thank you for being such a good friend to me, man. It was like, man, bro, you about to make me cry, dog. He's like, because this is what happened. He was like, and when I came over there, I didn't know, because you was another, a black dude. I didn't know that was gonna be like that. And you was just my friend, and you never made me feel no other type of way. Right. I was like, yeah, man, you my bro, dog. I don't, that was your life outside of whatever. Ain't got nothing to do with me. You my brother, man. It's like, I appreciate that. So, and stuff like that happens, man, all the time. And the military is gonna cover it up. That's on the other side of it, man. That's on the bad things is gonna happen to people. Right. Bad things is gonna happen to people everywhere, man. Right. So if you can buckle down and do 4 or 6 or 8, and you can make the military work for you, it'll work.
The whole point is the advantages. If you can stay 4 years, the advantages, if you can make it through 4 years, the advantages of when you come out, do they outweigh it? It evens out, or is it's outweighed by the goodness that comes across? What do you think?
It's a lot of companies. It's a lot of big companies that hire military, like right off the bat. If you do your 4 years in the military, right, you go to your first command, you put your chit in. It's like a permission kind of to take classes. You can do online classes. You can load yourself up. Boom. You don't have to go to an actual college. Focus on what career path you want. Get that stuff done. Get those prerequisites out of the way. If 4 years, and then who cares? You can come out and go to a 4-year college if you want to. If you whatever, depending on your age. I don't even know if age matters. Or if you want to go into a specific field like IT and stuff like that, you go to those schools.
Right.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Walker with the $2 super chat. Let's see how long it takes HQ to read my super chat. I wasn't gonna leave you hanging. HQ.
He already read it. Thank you very much. Forget you, Mr. Walker.
Can I do that, HQ? If I see the super chats, can I just read it for you?
Shit, I don't care. Shoot, I forget in a minute, but you know what I'm saying. But I'm saying I'm trying to get valuable information out there. So Jay is giving us this valuable information.
Yeah, make the military work. Don't go in without a plan, because they're gonna take it. They're gonna get they blood, sweat, and tears out of you.
Right.
They're gonna send you to a place you don't want to go. Potentially. So you gotta be mentally prepared for that. I might go to Camp Lejeune for the next 5-6 years and not be able to do nothing.
Yes, HQ do care for sure. HQ cares very much so. I just don't get a lot of super chats. So sometimes I forget, but I do care about super chat. As a matter of fact, Ty Pro, you've been on my panel. Throw them doggone super chats up there, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Walker, what did you do? Where we go? Jay to the rescue. Mr. Walker, $10. Thank you very much. Jay, Ty Pro, you owe me a super chat, sir, because you said if I turn my lap on, you was gonna give me a super chat, and I ain't seen the super chat yet, and I did it 2-3 shows ago. Thank you very much. Yes, I did. But anyway, this is valuable information. I didn't know that you had to sign something before you got started in the military in order for them to be honored whatever you're talking about, right?
You got to make sure it's documented.
And when you say you got to score high on the ASVAB, what do you mean?
I don't even remember the scores, but I mean, there is pre-ASVAB testing before you actually take it, just like a SAT. So you just want to make sure you score as high as you can.
So you think people should study the ASVAB before they even take it?
Oh yeah, why would you not?
So study it before they get in there. Okay, but see, I really think when you hit 21, I think, okay, you're gonna do what you got to do. You get out of high school, you don't know what you want to do. You school around for a little bit, figure out what you want to do. You don't want a low-paying job. That's all that's out there for you if you don't have no education. this is an option for you, but you do your 4 years, suck up all the atmosphere, suck up all the classes that you can take, suck up all the information that you get. Even if they teaching you something, learn everything that they got to teach you, then you have a plan when you get out. How long, once you do the 4 years or the 3 years or whatever, can you sign up to do? You got to sign up for another 4 years or what?
So how I would say set it up. Say I'm talking about talking to somebody fresh out of high school. Okay. If your high school doesn't have a junior reserve officer training, if they do, and you know that's what you want to do, get in the JROTC and be good at it. Because even if you're in Army JROTC, when you come out, you don't have to join the Army. You can join any branch of the military you want to, and you might be able to come in with your pay grade higher. So everybody gonna come in as an E1. You can come in. You might be able to come in as an E2 or E3, which means you're gonna make a little bit more extra money. You're gonna be an E1 for 9 months, an E2 for 6 months, and an E3 for 6 months. Before you become eligible to make petty officer, where you start making a little bit more extra money. So what I would say is, even if you graduate high school and you didn't have no prior military anything, and you're like, okay, I don't know what I want. I don't want to go to school. I don't really feel like doing this. What do you like to do? Tech, medical, yada yada, whatever.
But you don't have those options unless you score decently on the ASVAB.
Go down to the recruiting office, and I'm speaking from 20 years ago when I was in 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Tell them you want to be in the delayed entry program. So they're going to be you're going to go do runs, you're going to do push-ups, crunches, all that stuff. You're going to be studying for your ASVAB.
Okay.
Right. And they're going to be teaching you, this is like how you do things in this. You're going to learn the ranks. You're going to learn all that stuff, all the jobs, how to speak in military terminology, tell military time, whatever. My daughter already knows. That's the only time I go off is 24-hour clock.
Right.
They're going to teach you all that stuff. So when you go in, you're going to go in as an E3 already. So when I got out of boot camp and everybody graduated boot camp, I ain't had nothing on my arm. And then you see people with 3 stripes already, because they was already signed up for a school, and you can't go to that school yet unless you're E3. So they automatically got it. Or they went to the delayed entry program already, and they already qualified for those 3 little stripes on your arm. So you're already making a little bit more money than everybody else. So I started from the bottom with something. And then you just find you a group of people that you can get behind that's doing the right thing in your field, and you follow them. Hey, asking questions. What do I need to do? How do I need to stand out positively? You know, don't do the barracks parties and the hotel parties. And I don't care how fine that girl or dude is. Like, leave them alone, man. I know people who got married to somebody they knew in boot camp. They got married in like A school or engaged and stuff. It's like, bro, like, because they had no world experience. You know what I mean? That was new. Oh, she beautiful. We love each other. No, you don't. Damn, you don't love that girl, dog. And this is all ethnicity. I mean, this is all ethnicity. This is not just brothers, and this is people just making stupid decisions.
Right.
And then you sign up depending on, if say I have a guaranteed schooling. That school might say, okay, so your basic enlistment is 4 years. In order for us to give you this school,
you got to do those 4 years first.
In order for you to get this school, you might have to give us an extra 2 years or 4 years. So on your contract, it's already going to say that.
Oh, okay.
And you don't have to sign or go nowhere until you get what you want. Do not let them recruiters get you into no stuff and promising you a whole. We promise you, man, when you get here, all you got to do is let them know that you want dive school, and they going, because you a good swimmer, you was a diver in high school, so they gonna get you. No, man. Don't work like that. It's got to be documented on the paperwork, signing it, get what you want, because the military is gonna get what they want from you.
Right. Okay.
So, and like I said, stay away from the Army.
I know my nephew went
far away from the Army as you can.
And he was stuck in Croatia for he was stuck in Croatia. He was in Croatia for like, I don't know, 2-3 years. We'd see him, he'd be in Croatia. He'd be posing with guns and all kinds of stuff. So he was stuck there.
Nah,
So he
Navy,
finally
Navy
got home.
first, man. I would say Navy first, so you could travel. Get
Mhm.
on a ship. Go to a ship that goes places. Look, like, okay, they like you, because you don't know where you're gonna go after boot camp.
Right.
Or before boot camp, you don't know where you're gonna go. You're gonna get an assignment. You're gonna go to a school to learn whatever job. Everybody's gonna go to a school, primary school, even if you're in a deck department.
Right.
Which you draw the anchor up, you put the anchor down. You're gonna be painting and stripping floors and sand grinding and wire brushing. Your whole day is gonna be nothing but maintenance. Nothing but maintenance. You're gonna be clean, man. You're
What
gonna
is
know
that?
how
You're
to.
in boot camp?
No, I'm talking about when you go to the ship. If you go in deck department,
Oh, okay. Deck department.
the anchor gonna come up. You're gonna be scraping barnacles off of it, and
Okay.
your whole day is gonna be, you're gonna be dirty all day. If you go to a culinary specialist, a CS, you're gonna smell like onions all day long.
All day long.
You're gonna still, your whole, every uniform you got gonna smell like onions.
But those are jobs that are the lower level jobs, you mean?
I mean, if you want to go in,
in the Navy, everybody has to do all that.
No. These are departments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, these are departments. Yeah.
But are
if you go
those
to the air department,
jobs,
you're gonna be doing maintenance all day long.
But are those
you're
the
gonna
low
be
level
tying
jobs?
down planes and
But are those the lower level jobs? I'm asking.
I mean, it's no, everybody's once you come in, every job is a lower level job.
Oh, in the Navy, everything is lower level.
Yeah, every job is a lower level job. As a corpsman, when I came in, if I would have gone straight to a ship instead of going to a hospital first, I wiped more adult butts than I have my own kids' butts.
Okay.
Hey, HN Tillman, we need you to go into the, I had 5-6 patients at a time. And as soon as I come in the morning, I got to restock everything. I got to go in there and get these patients cleaned up and beds changed and make sure they're ready for their doctor's visits and checking the IVs and taking vital signs and doing everything. So all the work in the bottom is grunt work.
Okay.
But I can still, like, when I have my off time, I could still have a YouTube page or a channel. Right. I could still be be doing other things. I could still be, it's what you make it.
But you would recommend it. Absolutely.
Because it's going to teach you, it's going to force you to have structure. If you've come through a life, if you was in a single parent household and you was raised by your grandmother, or you didn't really have that male structure in your life or something like that. When you go into the military, you're going to be surrounded by all of it. And if you're willing to embrace that and allow that to affect positively change you, and people getting on you and holding you accountable and say, hey, you didn't do that right, you need to go back and do it again. Or you didn't get this to me in time. Now I gotta hold you accountable for this. And it's on your own merits. Your physical prowess is on your own merits. Your job is on your own. Your primary job is on your own merits. Your military bearing is on your own merits. How crisp and clean I look in my uniform, my bearing, how I talk to officers. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir. Knock on the door. Enter. Yes, sir. How you doing? Good morning. I was wondering if it's going to teach you all that stuff. All that stuff, man. And it was so good for me. I'm happy to have done it. I had a good structure before I went, but I'm so happy I actually did it.
Well, thank you, Jay. This is valuable information that we want on record, that we can actually point to and say, hey, you need to listen to that live and figure out, some things, because we got plenty of people that be up on these panels and all that, and they need direction and they need somewhere to go. They need somebody to look up to. So I thank you for that, Jay. I thank you for it, sir, for showing up. Thank you. Ty Pro, $1.99. That lamp ain't work last night though. Yes, it was on. It was on all the time. Ty Pro. Thank you very much. Thank y'all for showing up. This was a valuable information. The first guy that we talked to, we had to break it down to what he needed to do, how he needed to do, why you on Kendra G, and hold him accountable for them 3 damn babies that he got. Don't make no sense. 3 damn kids. But this is one of those, yeah. I work with young men who just scrape rust and paint from oil tankers and clocking 3,500. Money, decent enough money for young men. The military, think about it. These might be jobs and options that are for you all out here. Even though people don't think it is, maybe it is. We never know. But we need to raise our standards, our men's standards, our women's standards, all of these kind of things. So I thank Jay for the information. I thank Pan. I thank Black America. I thank Triple. Thank G Honda for coming up. Thank you all. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.